This is the least realistic that Minecraft can be, and every single time that I die, Minecraft is going to get more and more realistic until either my PC explodes or we beat the realistic Ender Dragon. This is level 1 and everything is literally just one color. My crosshair is also just a big square, so that's pretty interesting. The water also looks really awful. You can't even see through it and there's these weird green things coming out of it. I'm not really sure if it's even supposed to be like that. But yeah, this texture pack just looks really bad. I hope there is nobody that actually plays Minecraft like this. Like, look at this lava. I honestly kind of want to jump into it just to get to the next level of realism because this looks too bad. Okay, I got some food, I think. It doesn't really look appetizing though. It's kind of just a square. Okay, and this chicken is definitely the worst thing I've seen so far. What is this? Alright, let's just get some stone tools because we still have to beat the game. And this crafting looks so bad. You can't even see where to put the items. Now let's mine some stone. Oh wait, this is coal. I literally can't even tell the difference. That's so funny. Okay, now we have our stone tools and I think it's time to upgrade to level 2. I've had enough of this. So let's just make a bed and we'll set our spawn and let's just put all our stuff in a chest. Alright, now it's time to jump in this pure orange liquid and now we are on realism level 2 and this looks a lot better than it did before. We have some shaders and a little bit better of a texture pack. Although this still isn't a very realistic texture pack, I mean, what is this block even supposed to be? I have no idea. The good thing is now we're actually able to tell which tool is which instead of them just being a bunch of big squares. And wait, there's also new sounds when you switch between tools. I'm 99% sure it wasn't like that before. Okay, now that we have this texture pack, I want to try to get a full set of iron armor to see what it looks like. So in order to do that, we're first going to have to find a cave. Oh wait, I thought this block was coal, but it's actually andesite. And wait, is this iron in the corner here? Nope, that's granite. Okay, that's one bad thing about this texture pack. You can't tell what the ores look like. Wait, look at this wolf. This guy is looking super realistic. I wish I had a bone to tame the realistic wolf, but unfortunately I don't. And wait, are these dolphins? They look so cool. Look at their tails move. Okay, the water looks really bad though, so I'm just gonna have to move on. Okay, we finally found some coal, and it actually looks a lot different than andesite. And with these realistic sounds, this cave is actually kind of scary, but the good thing is we did find some iron. But yeah, these sounds definitely make caving kind of scary, even though it's mainly just water that I'm hearing. Alright, now we have all our iron, so we just need to smelt it, and let's craft our full iron armor. Okay, and it's just literally regular armor. I wasted all that time getting it thinking it would look cool, just like the actual items do. So after that disappointment, I think it's time to upgrade our realism again. So let's just put all our stuff away in this chest, and I'm just gonna jump in this lava to upgrade to level 3. Okay, this is level 3, and now things are starting to actually look pretty realistic. You can tell because I'm getting a lot lower FPS than I was before. And yeah, these items actually look a lot more realistic now. I mean, look at this sword. This is crazy. And I'm also walking kind of realistic now. My limbs are actually bending when I walk. This looks so weird. Wait, is this supposed to be iron ore? Why is it glowing? And wait, physics are on in this level too? This is so cool. The coal ore is just being broken into a bunch of pieces. I can also hold my torches out now for light. I don't need to place them. Okay, it's nighttime right now, so I want to sleep to see how realistic it looks in the day. And wait, there's monsters nearby. That's not cool. Look at the zombie. Why is he walking like this? Okay, and he literally got chopped into a bunch of pieces. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, now we can go to sleep, and let's just go up to the surface to see what it looks like in the daytime. Why is the spider jumping like that? Is this how spiders fight in real life? I don't think spiders fight at all, actually. But yeah, this level of realism actually looks insane during the daytime. I wonder how it can even get more realistic than this. Okay, we still have to beat the game, so my next goal is to make it to the nether, which means we need to find some lava. And the realistic lava is probably going to look so cool, judging by how everything else looks. Okay, and we found a ruined portal. This will probably be good enough to go to the nether. Alright, what's in the chest? Okay, we got 4 obsidian. That's actually going to be really good to go to the nether. So let's just place 2 of these here, and we'll put the other ones here. And now let's just water this lava to complete the portal. And we actually still need a flint and steel. I don't know how I forgot that. Wait, is that gravel? I can't even tell. How is it blending into the sand like that? That's pretty cool. Okay, now let's just light the portal, and I was honestly expecting it to look a lot cooler. I'm not gonna lie. And this is the realistic nether. It's definitely not as cool as the realistic overworld. And now that we've made it to the nether, we need to find a nether fortress so we can get some blaze rods to beat the game. Okay, this guy needs to stop chasing me. He's not even realistic. Why is he here? Digging in the wall is just not really possible. I literally can't see anything. Okay, we finally found the fortress. Now we just have to kill some blazes. Okay, let's just kill all these blazes. And I think that's definitely enough blaze rods. So now it's time to get some ender pearls. But first, I kind of want to see what level 4 looks like. So I'm just gonna jump in here. And this is what level 4 looks like. It's honestly not that much different. It probably wasn't the best idea to die in the nether either, because now I have to go back and find all my stuff. But at least the game is looking a bit more realistic now. Also, look at this crafting table. It's super realistic. Okay, we're back in the nether, and honestly, nothing has really changed here either. It also seems like some of the blocks are just not realistic anymore. I'm not sure how that happened. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going in the right direction. Hopefully I am, or my stuff is going to despawn. And this spot looks good because there is a ton of blocks here. And yeah, my stuff is down there. Good. I was beginning to think I lost it. The next thing we need to do to beat the game is get some ender pearls, so I'm going to try to find the biome that has endermen. And I'm pretty sure this is the biome where endermen spawn, so now we just need to find some. Alright, let's just put this guy in a boat. Wait, what is going on when I hit him? That is so weird. Wait, the endermen have like special fighting techniques. This is actually really cool. Look at him, he's trying to kick me. I didn't know that enderman knew how to fight like this. Alright, I think we have enough pearls, so now it's time to go back to the overworld and find the stronghold so we can get to the realistic ender dragon. Okay, the Eye of Ender says it's this way, so let's start heading to the stronghold. This water also looks pretty realistic. If it wasn't for the render distance, this would look so cool. Okay, we found some land, and I think we should be getting pretty close to the stronghold. Wait, are these supposed to be pigs? I didn't know there were super realistic pigs in the game. And also these turtles look kind of realistic, and also kind of not. It's a mix of both. We might as well get some beds from this village because we're going to need these to kill the dragon. And wait, look at these villagers. I had no idea they looked like this. I'm also pretty sure the villager just blinked, which is really weird. I don't really like that actually. Okay, it's looking like the stronghold is right here, so let's just dig down. I literally can't see anything because of the physics. What is this? And we made it to the realistic stronghold, and I'm instantly being attacked by every mob. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is the only place that the portal room can be, but there's just so many mobs. I don't know how to get there. Okay, I think that's all of them. Wait, the silverfish is actually gonna kill me. Okay, that was almost really bad. So, as you can see, I only have 2 hearts left, so I'm going to have to die one more time before we fight the dragon. But the problem is, this next level might just break my PC, so hopefully it doesn't. Okay, this is level 5, and now things are looking insane. I don't even know where my stuff went. I'm pretty sure this level just broke it. I also don't know what this black thing is in the way here. This is so weird. Okay, I got my stuff back, but don't ask how. I definitely got it very legit. And now, as you can see, things are looking too realistic. I'm not even placing blocks anymore. It's just a bridge. Okay, I'm pretty sure the portal room is in this direction. And yeah, we've made it to the realistic portal room. Okay, let's just fill this thing in with Eyes of Ender. And I guess we're just gonna jump right in. Whoa, why is all the endstone purple? Oh yeah, I forgot the whole thing was just gonna collapse like that. Okay, so it looks like there are no longer any blocks in the end. The island is actually realistic, but the ender dragon is just default. That's actually kind of disappointing. At least the end looks super cool though. I mean, look at that sky. Okay, so we need to place some obsidian here, and let's just get our beds ready to kill the ender dragon. Okay, I don't really think this is working. It's impossible for me to see the dragon's hitbox. I guess we just have to use our sword. Okay, this isn't gonna work either. The dragon just keeps disappearing. I'm not really sure what to do here anymore, so I guess let's just break all these crystals. Okay, I kind of forgot that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. At least we get to see the final level in the overworld though. Oh my god, this is a completely different game from when we were in the overworld last. Look at this tree. It's basically a real tree. And the sun is just a big blob. There's literally just no blocks as well, so everything just looks completely different. Okay, even though we died, it was definitely worth it, because level 6 is insane. Look at these caves. They're just circles. In the side of this mountain, it's like actually difficult to climb up now. This is a Minecraft escape room with the lowest level of realism. I can't even see through the water, and my crosshair is literally a square. But for every room I escape, Minecraft will keep getting more realistic until my PC explodes. The first room was Savannah themed. I was able to find these buttons, so I pressed all of them, and one of them made a ding noise and dropped down water on the outside. So I went up the water and found a very detailed chest with a square inside of it. The square was actually a netherite hoe, so I used it to start hoeing the edge blocks to hopefully reveal something behind them. I eventually found out one of the blocks was connected to some redstone, and it put a block of sand inside of my inventory. The sand could only be placed on sandstone though, which was kind of a problem. After a couple minutes, I ended up finding the sandstone hidden under the opaque water pool, and that unlocked the entrance to the next room. Now the graphics were looking a little better. I was in the nether and I could see the exit on an island across the lava. So I parkoured up the trees and searched the top of them but found nothing. I noticed I could cross these vines to the glowstone though, and now I was able to reach an island. The island had a barrel with a saddle in it, so I took that and went back down. I then parkoured again and I checked the other glowstone, but all I found was a button that did nothing. I spent the next 5 minutes searching for anything else in the room and I found nothing. So I just kept trying to jump across the lava without dying, and eventually it worked. In room 3, I was now able to see myself when I looked down. It was a snow biome with a cabin, and I instantly noticed some barrels. So I searched them and found a raw pork chop and a piece of charcoal. I found another pork chop in a hidden barrel, and then I entered the house. In the house, there was even more empty barrels, and there was also a smoker, so I decided to cook the pork. Cooking the pork gave me a stone shovel, and I climbed onto the roof of the house only to find another piece of charcoal. From the top of the house, I was able to see another chest though, so I parkoured over to the chest and found a lever inside of it. Now that I had checked everything, I started digging the snow with the shovel because that seemed logical. In one corner I found a hidden room that had another lever inside of it, and in another corner I found another hidden room that required me to use the lever to enter it. When I entered the room there was another door and I was able to use my other lever to go to the next room. In room 4 the shaders had gotten better, but this was still nothing compared to what was to come. I also forgot to enable the texture pack, so pretend it's like this. I was in a jungle with a huge temple in the middle and I needed to make a sacrifice. I found these blocks which were making weird sounds when I stood on them, and I climbed up the temple in the middle only to find a chest that was empty. I climbed on top of the trees and I found a sunflower in the leaves, but I was unable to break it. I went up higher and I found a chest with 1 gold ingot in it, and that was it. Next I climbed up this hill and I found a hidden chest in the corner with a lead inside of it. So I put the lead on this cow and nothing happened. But then I took the cow over to the blocks that were making sounds and I stood on the other one and it made a noise. I went towards where I heard the noise and I found a chest with another gold ingot in it. I decided to check out what this villager was trading next, and I found a trade for a stone hoe that required a lead. So I traded for the stone hoe and saw that it could be used to break a sunflower, which I needed for the other trade option. So I went back to the top of the tree and broke the sunflower. I brought the sunflower back and now I had a melon which could be placed on top of the coarse dirt. I found coarse dirt beside another melon, so I placed the melon down and heard another noise. I went towards the noise and a chest had appeared in this cave which had another gold ingot. At this point there was nothing left to do, so I put my gold in the chest at the top, assuming it was where I should put my sacrifice. When I put my gold in the chest, things started happening and I made it to the next room. In room 5, things were starting to get realistic. My FPS was dropping rapidly and I still had more rooms to complete, so I needed to hurry up because my PC was getting ready for takeoff. I was in a mine and I don't know why, but I took this person's head. I also found an iron pickaxe which could only break iron ore, so I started mining. I found a room beyond the iron with a person named Flumu or something, I don't know, so I took their head too. I kept mining iron and I found Flimus, and there was a lever hidden in the lava behind Flimus which could only be placed on mossy stone bricks. So I looked around for mossy stone bricks and I found an iron door which I was able to open. I found Paul, and Paul was trading 3 iron for a stone button. The problem was I had raw iron because I played the map on the wrong version. So don't tell anyone what happened, but now I have a button. There was also a book on a lectern and it had a bunch of words in it. I could only place the button on chiseled stone bricks which were right in front of me, but I didn't realize it. So I looked around for almost 5 minutes while my IQ was draining, and there was clearly a reason for that. Eventually I went back to the room and found out these were chiseled stone bricks. So I magically got more buttons, and each time I pressed a button the color of the block changed in front of it. When you actually read the book, it tells you that you need to enter a color combination. The only place I had seen colors was the armor of the people around the mine, so I tried putting their colors in alphabetical order, but it didn't work. I actually just had them in the wrong order though, so I tried again and it opened the entrance to room 6. Room 6 had a lot nicer shaders, but my FPS was dropping even faster. I was in a room from one of those rich mansions that are always haunted. I found a flower, then I found a secret room behind a trapdoor, and in the room there was an emerald on the table and nothing else I could take. I also stole the armor off of these armor stands and checked every barrel and trapdoor until I found a diamond. It was looking like my new goal was to rob this mansion rather than escape it, but then I realized someone was home and they looked very scary. It turns out they wanted to trade these items for the exact set of armor that I had, but I was still missing 2 of the items though, so I only did the first 2 trades. There was a book telling me Larry gave the key to Barry, and this was Barry, so now I knew I didn't get scammed. I went back out to the main room and found the sunflower right where I started, and now I only needed an iron nugget. I ended up finding a room behind this large wall of paintings, and inside of it was the nugget. So I took the nugget back to Barry and got the last piece of armor. I tried putting on the armor, but it did nothing, but then I remembered where I got it from and it made sense. So I placed the armor on the armor stands and I heard a noise, but the door was still closed. I ran around for anything else and I found a secret room behind the paintings, but it was useless. So I ran around some more and I found a hidden room in the most obvious place it could have been. In this room there were 4 swords on the wall and I instantly knew I had to rotate them in a certain way to open the door. I remembered seeing a sword like this in the first hidden room, so I left the room and I ended up finding the diamond sword instead, which was pointing at the top left. So I rotated the diamond sword and I ran back to the trapdoor hidden room and found the gold sword pointing at the bottom left. Now I just needed to find one more sword because I could just guess the last one. So I went back to the useless room beyond the painting and it was still useless. I ended up finding the last sword in the first open room and it was pointing towards the middle right. So I guessed the last sword and I heard a noise telling me the door was open. So I went through the door and the gold block was here to teleport me to the next room. Room 7 had new shaders and they came with really annoying motion blur. I also had a very realistic shadow. I found a chest with a wooden shovel that could break red sand, so I started digging. After breaking almost every block of red sand, I found a chest containing a cactus. The cactus could only be placed on top of a cactus, so I found a cactus I could place it on and it created a staircase. When I got to the top of the staircase, it let me jump to a tree, and the tree had a chest with cocoa beans in it that could only be placed on jungle logs. So I found the one spot on this tree it would let me place them, and a ding went off and I was given a turtle egg. I didn't notice I was given a turtle egg though, so I spent 5 minutes being stupid before I noticed the egg and saw I could only place it on sandstone. So I spent 5 more minutes searching every sand block because of the realistic textures, but then I found out it was the block that already had the turtle eggs on it. Placing the turtle egg gave me sugarcane, which I placed on the only sugarcane without string on top of it to open the entrance to the final room. Room 8 looked like some sort of backrooms maze, so I put on the final level of realism, but unfortunate things happened. I wasn't giving up though, so I started my game up with more memory allocated, and after another crash, I got it to work, but I wasn't able to last more than 30 seconds without crashing, so enjoy this accurate representation of the last level. This is a normal-sized Minecraft player. As you can see, I am 2 blocks tall. And now I'm just 1 block tall. I lost half my size from dying. So the goal for today is to beat the game in small mode. And that starts with us getting some wood, kind of in the way that an ant would. Okay, we're not actually that small yet, but we will be by the end of the video. Alright, let's put down our giant crafting table. I kind of wish the tools were bigger in my hand. It would look kind of funny if the pickaxe was just normal size, even though I'm tiny. Wait, this is kind of funny. I can just stand under the dirt right here. I don't have to mine out 2 blocks. It's like I'm crawling, but I'm still walking. Alright, now that we got some tools, let's check out the shipwreck here, and then we'll go to that village, because we're gonna need some iron in order to get to the nether so we can beat the game. I'm pretty sure the shipwreck should have a chest, and yeah, we got some iron and a diamond already, and we also got smithing templates. I don't think we're gonna need any armor trims, but I'm grabbing them anyway. And this chest has some food, and of course we got a treasure map, just in case we want to go look for it. It's actually in the same direction that I'm going, so I'm probably gonna go get that. I'm interested to see how I will look in a boat. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm rowing the boat. Yeah, something's a little weird here. Alright, we made it to the giant village. Let's get some giant hay bales, and now we can make some giant bread. Okay, once again, the bread's not actually giant, but I wish it was. Giant villager, giant golem, who I'm not going to try to kill because I already got my iron. Alright, and we have more than enough iron, honestly, if we're just trying to go to the nether. And water breathing, I'm sure that'll be useful in the nether. Hey, this is honestly pretty good pace for tiny world record. Get a little bit more wood while we're here. And now we just gotta find a lava pool to go to the nether. I wonder what fighting mobs is like. Alright, that seemed pretty normal. I was wondering if maybe I'd get like less reach from being tiny. Okay, that's not exactly what we were looking for. That's also not what we were looking for, but I'll take it. Getting stuck in these holes. There's 2 veins of diamonds before lava. 3 if you count the one I mined. Wait, I'm actually gonna end up full diamond in tiny mode. Okay, that was kind of weird. Maybe I just missed the hit. Okay, really? Just let me mine the diamonds, man. And then there's another one? Dude, stop. Okay, we have 13 diamonds without even trying. I'm just gonna make a pickaxe, honestly. Yeah, I think my reach might actually be a little bit less. Or maybe it just looks like it because I'm small. Let's make a little bit of diamond armor, because why not? If we didn't need these diamonds anyway. Nah, this just doesn't make sense at this point. I think I'm X-raying. We're doing a full diamond speed run in tiny mode. Yeah, I think this is a perfect combination of armor. Okay, what is actually happening? Hey, we might as well put these armor trims to use. See, now I got drip. Okay, there's nothing in this hole. How many skeletons are there? How is there no lava down here as well? Okay, like I actually have almost made full diamond before finding lava. I need 2 more diamonds. I'm actually more committed to the diamonds than the lava at this point. Oh, there's more diamonds. If this is 2, this might be it. And it's 1. Oh, there's 1 right there. See, if I just found that instead of the 1 vein, it would have been so much better. And now I'm somehow full diamond before finding lava. Like, we finally find a lava pool, and it's just already obsidian. Alright, I have to do this method. I'm left with no choice. Alright, now that I'm smaller from dying, I should be able to see through walls. Yeah, as you can see, I can kind of see through the wall now, so hopefully we can find some lava like this. Yeah, I see some lava over there. This is totally not X-ray. This is just a feature of being really small. You can see through walls. Wait, I just realized that was the lava with the obsidian over it for sure. So we still have not found lava. Oh, a baby zombie. It's not so baby anymore. The baby zombie is bigger than me. Maybe lava was just removed. They knew lava was too big of a hazard for me when I'm this small. I see more diamonds, but I don't even want to mine them. Would this process be more annoying? Okay, see, this is where the water breathing potion comes in. See, I grabbed that for a reason. We're seriously gonna find more diamonds. And people said that diamonds are the rarest item in the game. I guess they've never heard of lava. Alright, well we can finally make our portal. It's so weird making the portal when I'm this small. Okay, let's just set my bed here, because I'm never gonna find this place ever again. And I might as well make a few more things, because why not? I'm even making the hoe. Okay, and now we're in the big nether. Let's find a fortress, not a bastion, because I don't want to deal with piglin brutes in tiny mode. I also love how I sink in the soul sand so much. Like, look at this. I'm basically bathing in the soul sand right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was actually bigger than me. I don't know why he ran away. I don't know if there are many mobs that are actually smaller than me now. Like, the only thing I can think of is like fish, but I think fish might be bigger. Oh my god, I'm so small in the boat now. The boat is literally taller than my player. Well, whatever, as long as I can still ride in the boat, it's fine. I probably shouldn't be making jumps like that too. It's kind of scary. Nice, I just tried to water bucket in the nether. Got an enderman over here. I'm gonna need some pearls for later. Hey, we got a pearl. Okay, we found a bastion. The question is, do I want to go in it? I'm sure the brutes can't be that bad when I have full diamond. Okay, I literally just fell through nothing. Yeah, this is probably a bad idea. I don't know what just did 2 hearts to me. Oh, it was a brute. And I fell through the floor again. Yeah, it appears falling through the floor is way too big of an enemy. See, I was hoping they'd get mad and go down the hole. Alright, well, at least we got some gold blocks. And that's not what... Wait, no, I'm good. I didn't realize I could, like, bait them into the hole like that. That's actually kind of funny. Alright, if we get our ender pearls from this, we're actually chilling. I was scared of the bastion for obvious reasons, but I think we're fine. No idea where any of the brutes went. Is there really not enough pearls? Oh no, the pearls are here. Okay, we do have enough pearls. We have 14. That should be enough. Alright, now we just gotta find the fortress. Okay, I think this is where we were. Now we just need a fortress. And it shouldn't be too hard to find a fortress, right? A lot of endermen over here. You don't usually see them in this biome. I mean, I'm gonna kill some of these guys, because why not? It's still so funny how big the boat is. Like, I literally can't see anything over the boat. Alright, time to use our soul sand boots. I wonder if I'm actually going any faster because I'm small. I would assume it's the same speed, but I have no idea. Who put skeletons in the nether? I never understood why they got added. Like, we were fine with just wither skeletons. Even the baby piglin is larger than me. God, going up mountains is just so bad. You literally can't see anything. I also wonder if fall damage is more because I'm small. It doesn't really feel like it is. Or maybe it is. That was 3 blocks and I took 1 heart. I feel like that would usually do half a heart. So maybe you do take more fall damage when you're small. Oh, and there's a fortress over here. I literally just saw that because I turned my head. I would have just kept going the other way. And we got a spawner right at the entrance. Okay, let's use our fire res. Okay, I almost just died because of that. I really gotta watch the ground, because there's a bunch of random holes that I can just fall through now. Alright, let's just get our blaze rods. Okay, they can still hit me. I was wondering if they'd be able to hit me because I'm so small. Okay, 4 blaze rods. We'll probably get 8 just in case I lose some ender eyes. I have the feeling I'm gonna lose some of them because I just won't be able to see where they go. That's the problem with being 0.25 blocks tall. You can't really see anything. Wait, how did he hit me with a fireball? Or did he just melee me from very far? Okay, there's a blaze inside of me and I just can't see it. Okay, and that's enough rods because we don't have any more pearls. So now I guess we can go back. And we do have 10 obsidian, so we can just make a portal here instead of going all the way back to our old portal. Let's make sure I didn't forget my flint and steel. Okay, I forgot my flint and steel. Oh wait, I have gravel. Don't know where my flint and steel went, but at least we had gravel on us still. So we can make another flint and steel and finally go back. Okay, we spawned right by diamonds. Why is there so many diamonds in this video? I'm just not even gonna acknowledge it at this point. This has gotta be the most diamonds I've ever found. Yeah, I guess we just gotta go up to surface now. Even the spider is taller. See, Minecraft already had big spiders, but imagine if they were this big. Now that's a real giant spider. It's weird how when I look at myself swimming, it actually kind of looks normal. And then we get to surface, and it's this. Okay, let's just make some ender eyes. And where is the stronghold? Okay, it's this way. And our eye broke, that's great. At least we got extras. Of course it's in the direction with the most ocean. Yeah, I love being able to see where my boat is going. Is the boat always in the water like this, or is it just because I'm tiny? Okay, I'm not seeing any stronghold in the water, so that means we still got a while to go. Hopefully if it is underwater, we'll just see it. Alright, let's throw another eye. And yeah, it's still in this direction. Except I think it is a lot more to the left, so we might be close. Even the armadillo is taller. Now that is crazy. Okay, still that way. And it broke again. I'll throw another one when we get across the water. Okay, it's really close if it went that far away. And it broke again. Okay, we really just kind of got to guess where it is now. So if we break one more of these, we're not going to have enough. I think it might be like right under us. It's got to be really close. Is for it to go that far? All right, what if we throw one here?
Bruh.
And it broke again. Okay, we actually can't throw anymore. I kind of forgot we can see through walls. Okay, what just happened? Why'd I take damage? I forgot we can see through walls, so I can kind of look for it without using another eye. The X-ray is not working right now. Okay, maybe now is the opportunity to go even tinier. Okay, I'm literally suffocating myself with one gravel. Okay, now we're even tinier, and we should be able to see through the walls a lot better. Okay, yeah, this is way better. It doesn't have that much distance, though. If I use another eye and it breaks, we're screwed. Okay, now I'm just straight X-raying through the walls every time I try to climb up a mountain. So there's no way the stronghold isn't close. Alright, I'm just gonna use another one. Yeah, it's back that way. Okay, it didn't break. We're good. We just have to find it somewhere in this water. It literally has to be like right under here. Okay, wait. I'm pretty sure that's like a spawner or something. So that means it has to be close. Like that is probably the silverfish spawner. Why you can't see the stronghold right now? I have no idea. Maybe there's just anti-X-ray so that you can't see the stronghold. No, it's not the spawner, but it is a torch. Because yeah, now we can see the stronghold. And I am so tiny in the stronghold. I find it funny that I can still walk up the slabs though. The slab is literally double my height, but I can still walk up. I feel like it's actually better to play like this at this point. I'm literally just blending into the stairs. Okay, I think the silverfish is even taller than me. Can't really check right now because of this creeper. We should be fine just killing the dragon, but I don't know. Like, I can barely even see the portal here. I just accidentally threw an eye. Okay, I have no idea where that went. It's fine though, because we have one extra. Alright, we managed to put all the eyes in the portal, which actually was harder than I thought it would be. I didn't think it would be hard at all. Alright, let's go through. Alright, the biggest enemy right now is the towers. So I don't know how we're gonna break all the towers. I can't see anything. Okay, I somehow hit that one actually. I was using that as an example for not being able to see anything, but I did hit it. These ones should be easy. Well, that's also a big problem because the dragon's breath is actually kind of a threat. Okay, why is this one actually hard to shoot when you're small? Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay, yeah, that's just impossible. I'm gonna have to go up on something, but first let's get the ones down here. Hey, really? Okay, we got quite a few of them. They're actually easier to see from over here. Okay, I think we only have one left. Okay, we got them all. That was actually way easier than I thought it would be. I guess I'm just that good. And now we just bow the dragon. As long as I don't get hit by the dragon breath, we're fine. Okay, why is it so hard to shoot the dragon now? Okay, there's just way too many endermen. Okay, we gotta make sure we don't run out of arrows, because I'm actually not hitting that many shots here. Like, it's actually a lot harder to shoot in small mode. Okay, I don't even think the dragon can hit me, because I feel like I should have got hit there. But I think I might be too small to get hit by the dragon. Yeah, we really don't have that many arrows. It's not a big problem because I can just melee it, but I'm wondering if I'll even be able to hit the dragon, or if I'm just too small. This looks so weird. Okay, what is even happening? Like, are we ever gonna move? Okay, it wants me to try to melee it. Yeah, really, dude? Let's see if we can actually hit it this time. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, I can hit the body, but I cannot hit its head. Okay, I swear my dragon's broken. Like, what is happening? It's just letting me get free hits. Is that normal dragon behavior? Okay, we should be able to kill it here if it just does the same thing again. And yeah, that's the dragon. Somehow was easier than I expected on tiny mode. I swear being small like broke the dragon or something though, because I don't know why it was perched for so long. Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter how tall you are to beat Minecraft. I mean, you can literally be 0.125 blocks tall and still beat the game. I mean, you can even be however tall this is, and it still wouldn't have made that much of a difference. I am 2 pixels tall right now. This is a Minecraft escape room with some of the most realistic textures possible, and for each room that I escape, Minecraft is going to become more unplayable until it somehow gets worse than this. The level 1 graphics were insanely realistic, especially this dirt. There was a house in front of me, and inside of it I found a chest that gave me a wet sponge every time I opened it and a few furnaces beside it. There was a cauldron and a brewing stand filled with empty bottles outside, and I found a ladder leading up to the roof. On the roof there was a chest with 5 blaze rods and 3 nether wart inside of it, and I could see an entrance to another room which I couldn't make it to. I found a button on the ground, but it did nothing, and I found a staircase leading underground beside the house. Underground I found a chest that kept filling with iron ingots, and I found a button to spawn a phantom. After killing the phantom, I had the resources to make a slow falling potion, so I headed back up. I crafted buckets and used the wet sponges to fill the buckets with water. After that was done, I filled the cauldron outside with water, and I used it to fill the empty bottles. Now all I had to do was wait for the slow falling potion to finish, and once I was done that, I drank the potion and glided to the next room. In this room I was getting much better FPS, but everything was still very realistic. I was on a farm with a windmill at the back of the room, so I entered the windmill. In the windmill, I found a very sharp broom which could be used to break cobwebs, and I also found a scythe to break crops and an axe to break logs. I explored the top floor of the windmill and I found another chest with enchantment bottles and 3 rabbit spawn eggs. I checked the basement and I found a shopping list which told me I needed to get rabbit stew, a loaf of bread, and cooked cod. I walked further down the basement and broke the cobwebs with my broom and found a Lure 3 book. Next, I spawned the rabbits and only killed one of them because I already got what I needed, so why would I kill more of them? I decided to get the easiest item first, which was the bread. All I had to do was break the wheat crops with the scythe, and then I could craft the bread. I also found some wood I was able to break with the axe, and then I went back to the windmill to craft my bread. It took me forever to find the crafting table, but I should have known this was a crafting table. Look how obvious it is. Now I had a piece of bread, and I also crafted a fishing rod because I needed to get cooked cod next. I went back outside and used the water to fish, only to realize I forgot to add the Lure 3 enchantment to become a professional fisherman. So I added Lure 3 and I was able to catch a raw cod first try. I went back down to the basement and I cooked the cod in one of the furnaces, and apparently that gave me nuggets. Now I only had one item left to craft, and that was rabbit stew. So the first thing I did was check Google, and Google told me that I need a carrot, a baked potato, cooked rabbit, a bowl, and a mushroom. I knew how to get 4 of these things, but I had no idea where to get a mushroom. Eventually, after checking all of these trapdoors outside, I was able to find one which had a hole underneath it. I swam down the hole and I found a little cave where there was 9 mushrooms. The problem was that I couldn't break them, but I fixed that pretty easily when I found this block of wood that I could break. Now I was able to craft the rabbit stew, and I used this button in the basement to teleport to the next level. In this level, the game was still realistic, but the shaders were noticeably worse. I was in the desert with a giant mine in the middle of the room. I went down to the bottom of the mine and I found a lava pool that had a room behind it, but I couldn't swim through it or I would die. So I went further down the cave and I found an elytra in a minecart chest and 45 wood planks in a different minecart chest. I also found a cave that I had to crouch to get into, which had a chest with a bunch of totems in it. I grabbed all the totems and went back to the lava pool from earlier, which I was now able to swim across. On the other side, there was a chest with a pickaxe which could break iron ore and coal ore. So I started mining every vein of iron and coal ore that I could find, and I found nothing except this cave with a skeleton across from me. I could see a button on the floor, but I was unable to reach it, so I continued searching for something else. After finding nothing, I gave up and pressed the hint button, which told me shields can deflect arrows from skeletons. So I used my coal to smelt some iron and I crafted a shield. I went back to the cave with the skeleton and I blocked my shield. An arrow activated the button, but nothing happened. I thought I was stuck, but eventually I realized I had a compass in my inventory which was named X marks the spot. The compass could be used to break red wool, so I found an X made of red wool and I pressed the button to go to the next level. Now the graphics were looking less realistic, but still not bad. I was in a snow level with a cabin and 2 different snowmen. One of the snowmen was named Henry, and Henry asked me to get him a golden carrot and some pumpkin pie, so I started looking for that. I entered the cabin and found a chest with a shovel that could break red sand, a book, and 20 torches that I could place on sand. The book was called Snowman Quotes, and inside of it said sometimes instead of roasting other people, you should stop to roast yourself. I think they were referring to the fact that only 5% of you are subscribed to me. So I went outside and used the shovel to break a piece of red sand, and there was an area beside it with a small hole in the wall and that I could only crawl through. I climbed back up and I found out the torches could melt the ice, so I melted some of the ice and found more red sand in the water pool. Under the red sand there was a chest with 3 carrots and 7 gold nuggets, which meant I only needed 1 more for the golden carrot. When I swam back up, I saw a chest on a tree, so I parkoured to it and there was 3 sugarcane and 10 eggs in it. Next I used the ice to swim into the hole from before and I found a sign with coordinates on it. When I made it to the coordinates, I found a secret lever which put the message pumpkin broken in chat. I went back down the hole and I picked up the pumpkin. Now I was able to craft the pumpkin pie and I just needed 1 more nugget to make the golden carrot. I realized that I could just smelt my shovel and that would give me 1 more golden nugget. So I smelted the shovel and I crafted the golden carrot, and then I delivered the 2 items to Henry and he gave me a flint and steel. At first I was confused, but then I remembered what the book said from earlier, so I jumped in the fire. I was teleported into the air and there was now a cave underneath me. There was a button in the cave and when I pressed it, all it did was play water sounds. I'm not going to lie, I cheated on this part, but basically what you had to do was get the same amount of air bubbles as times the sound was played. The next level was just default Minecraft with slight shaders. I was in some sort of space base and there was 1 room on each side of me. I decided to check the room with the chest first, and it had a chest with a book and a bunch of hunger potions. The book told me to drink the potions, but when I did, nothing seemed to happen. I climbed up a water pool in the middle and I found there was a 2nd floor. I found a gold block with a pressure plate beside it which said helmet equipper, but nothing happened when I stood on the pressure plate. I checked a few chests and I found a laser hoe and another book that said I needed to eat a baked potato for jump boost. So I went to the last accessible room and I collected a few potatoes. I also found a chest with biofuel in it, so I was able to cook the potatoes. I ate the potato and I used it to jump up to a door which led to another room with a chest that contained a button. I placed the button on the gold block which said helmet equipper and I was given a glass block which I guess is a space helmet. I went back to the first floor and I was now able to enter the room that said do not leave without helmet. The room led me outside and I immediately found a chest with a music disc which was the key to something. I looked around a little bit and I found a place to put the key. When I used the key, I was given a spaceship repair tool which let me break blocks of iron. So I started breaking the spaceship with the repair tool and I found a chest with a glass breaker that could break glass. So I went to the other side of the room and I found a place that I could break into which led me to the next level. Now the graphics were pretty bad and this somehow isn't even the last level. The first thing I found was a sound puzzle which I'm pretty sure has to do with these pressure plates, but I just didn't listen to the sounds and died a few times before leaving it for later. I found a hole with a sign that said needs fire resistance, a massive unlit portal, and a nether fortress building. Inside the fortress I found a filled cauldron and an empty brewing stand. I also found this really useful diagram and something growing that was hopefully nether wart. I went up to the roof and found 3 shields and 3 red squares which were apparently sharp 5 gold swords. I searched the last corner of the room and I found parkour leading me to a blaze spawner. I absolutely destroyed the blazes and I got a few blaze rods and I realized there was nothing left for me to do except the pressure plate puzzle. So I spent 15 minutes guessing the puzzle instead of using the sounds because that was easier. After crossing the puzzle, I got 2 flint and steels and now I was able to light the nether portal. When I got through the portal, I realized I was now in the overworld, but it was actually the nether and the level before was the overworld. There was a house and inside of it there was a chest with a shovel that could break sand and 4 fishing rods. I found a hole beside the house and it led to a cave with sand, so I broke all the sand. There was an unfinished end portal in this cave and there was also a chest with 2 wart pickers. I couldn't find anything else, so I went back to the overworld / nether and I picked the wart. The next part was confusing because I had to use this really detailed diagram to solve it, but eventually I figured it out. It told me the slime cave was opened and I found the slime cave with fire covering 90% of my screen. There was a button that spawned a baby slime, so I did some killing and headed back to the nether / overworld where I smelted some of my sand to make glass. Then I went back to the overworld / nether only to realize I had to go back through the portal again to craft the bottles. Now I was finally able to make a fire resistance potion and I swam through the hole to the next room. The next room's graphics were absolutely terrible. The colors looked like I was playing the first Mario game ever created. This room had no puzzles and it was just a bunch of trivia, which I definitely completed first try because I'm a genius. After getting all the questions correct, I was finished the puzzle and I was able to see what this texture pack actually looked like. Honestly, it's probably better the puzzle ended here because I don't think my eyes could have handled this. And it was even worse on the title screen. Minecraft isn't a scary game. That's not me, it's Photoshop. So naturally when I saw this video about making the most terrifying Minecraft mod, I had to give it a try to see if Minecraft can really be scary. So there's 2 versions of the mod, regular and nightmare mode. Now obviously you already know which mode I'm gonna go with. Okay fine, I'll do nightmare mode. So obviously we're gonna play this mod in hardcore mode because why wouldn't I make the horror mod even worse by adding hardcore? That sounds like a perfectly good idea, right? So I'm just gonna do some normal things like cutting down trees and hopefully we don't run into this guy. I don't really know anything about the mod yet because I didn't watch the video in order to make it even more scary, so I have no idea where this guy spawns. All I really know is the mod is called Cave Noises, so I'm assuming he spawns in a cave. So that's exactly where we're going. And by the end of the video, I want to kill this guy, that's the goal. And obviously now that we have some stone tools, the next place I'm gonna go is get some iron. At least that's what you would think. I'm not going in there yet. Instead, I'm going to look for some food. And we don't want any of this food, this stuff is bad quality. Instead, we need to find some of the best food in Minecraft if we're gonna survive this guy. Oh, is that a pink sheep? How did I just find a pink sheep naturally? I swear I didn't put that there. Maybe this guy's good luck. He'll protect us from the cave monster. I'm not gonna lie, even though I know he only spawns in caves, I'm kinda scared I'm gonna run into this guy on the surface already. But I still have yet to hear any cave sounds, so I'm pretty sure I'm fine. Stolen goods. This is the best food in Minecraft. I'm sure the villagers won't mind that I'm literally taking all of it. Alright, and let's check this house. Ooh, we got some decent stuff. What was that noise? I'm pretty sure it was this guy using this, but I don't know. That's kind of got me scared, I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard that noise before. Alright, let's quickly kill this guy. And now we actually have a decent amount of iron, so I'm gonna make a pickaxe, and I'm gonna get some wood, and I'm gonna make a shield, because we're definitely gonna need this against him. Now for the last iron, I'm just gonna make a helmet, so at least we have some armor going into the caves. Now I have no idea what we're gonna need to defeat this guy, but we're probably going to need at least full iron armor. I'm assuming he does a lot of damage. So the best place to look for iron is in a cave. It's also the best place to die to the cave monster, but that won't happen, I'm sure. Of course, we gotta find a cave first. There's absolutely no way I'm digging down with this guy in the game. Can caves even spawn in jungles? I swear I've never seen a cave in a jungle. I might just be looking in the wrong place. It's also turning nighttime, which is kind of scary because I don't know if this guy can spawn on the surface. The mod says cave noise, but that really doesn't tell me anything about if he spawns on the surface or not. Also, we're in hardcore, so there's gonna be a massive amount of mobs. I need to find a cave quick. Okay, and here's our cave. And there's also a mine shaft down there. That isn't scary at all. Alright, we're just gonna slowly go down at first. I don't want to go too deep. And also, we're gonna need torches because I turned Fulbright off for this. I'm not really seeing any coal up here. Do I want to go down there? I'm just kidding. I'm definitely going down there. I don't care. Okay, maybe this wasn't a great idea. Get some of this. Guys, come on. I'm worried about the cave monster, not you guys. Okay, I just want to make some torches, guys. Come on. Okay, and we got some torches. That's really good. I still have yet to hear any noises. Alright, let's just keep getting iron. If we have full iron, I feel way more confident against this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I keep looking around everywhere, making sure I'm not getting jumped. Okay, we got 18 iron. That means I can make full iron. That's huge. I have a feeling if he's gonna be anywhere, he's gonna be in this mine shaft, so we're gonna check that out next. So there's a mine shaft down there. Ooh, and there's some diamonds too. We're not really looking for that. We're looking for the cave monster. And now we're in the mine shaft. And all I'm really seeing is some normal mobs here. Not really seeing anything in this mine shaft either. I think maybe we're gonna have to go even deeper if we want to find this guy, so let's just go get those diamonds. Is he really gonna let us get these diamonds? I mean, come on. Alright, let's get the diamonds. And it's only 2. I mean, I guess we just make a sword because we're trying to kill this guy. Maybe we need to start going even crazier. Maybe I need to stop using torches. Okay, there's no shortage of random zombies dropping from the sky. But yeah, maybe I stop using torches. Okay, so it's absolutely dark over here. I still have no idea where this guy is. You'd think this is the perfect place for him to spawn, but I still haven't even heard any noises, so I don't know. I guess we just keep caving then. Maybe we can find more diamonds, because the more gear we get, the better chance we have against this guy at least. Oh, and there's literally more right here. By now you'd think I would have heard a cave sound, but I still have yet to hear anything. Maybe this mod really isn't scary. Okay, I honestly thought that was him, but it's just a witch. I don't even know where this guy is. The mobs are scarier than the cave monster. I swear I just saw someone over there. Okay, nah, that's kind of scary. I swear I just saw someone over there. I actually have no idea. Could have just been a creeper or something. It's definitely fine. Okay, I definitely am not hearing things. You had to have heard that. There's no way. I am not going in that direction. I don't know if that was a glow squid and I've just never heard them. I'm still not going that way. I know I said I wasn't afraid of him, but now I don't know. I swear I'm hearing footsteps too. We actually got to get to like an open area here. I don't want this guy jumping me out of nowhere. Ooh, and I see sunlight here. That's definitely a good place to be right now. We're definitely gonna go back here. There's definitely nothing wrong with this world right now. Everything is normal here. Okay, I'm not hearing things. I for sure just heard that way. I don't know what that is, but I keep hearing it. I feel like I'm gonna head back over here, because this is where I heard him originally. Maybe he's over this way. Now, running towards him probably isn't the best idea, but I mean, at this point, we gotta do it. Okay, I definitely heard that again. Fine, it's fine. Got this zombie and we got torches. All we need. We're about to not have this zombie. Maybe he's up here, because I see water coming from this. Yeah, maybe it is glow squids. Nah, that is not glow squids, and we're also drowning. I definitely didn't die, as seen by my newfound durability in that message in chat. Proves I didn't die. I would never die. There's nowhere to go, guys. I just want to go back. Like that sound right there, making me want to go to the surface. But I'll stay in the cave. Why not? Yeah, that is not sounding very good. I will tell you that. It does not sound great. How are we gonna kill this guy? I feel like we just stay here if we want any chance of killing him. It's an open area. I mean, he could jump on our head, but that's about it. Okay. He's gotta stop with that. Oh my god. That is him. That is him. Okay, he's probably not that bad. How much damage does he do? Oh, that's not bad. Okay. There's not much I can do. There's honestly not much I can do there. Well, at least I have cheats on. I mean, this is totally legit. I'm playing hardcore. Real. I don't know. I feel like I could have killed him if the lava wasn't there, but his hitbox is like really small. I don't know. I will say it kind of scared me when he spawned in. I won't lie. Like, other than that, he wasn't that bad. I think we can definitely kill him though. And he's already coming back. He already wants us. And I guess we just fight him in an open area again. It's probably the best chance. Oh, he is back already. He just has no hitbox. Okay, he's gotta be dead. No way. He just has 0 hitbox. Alright, I mean, certainly we can kill him this time.
There he is. He does have a hitbox. I just can't hit him. He's actually unhittable. He's unhittable. I'm actually not sure if you can kill him. Like, I swear he's unkillable. That was so weird. I guess it's time to resort to another method. We need to trap this guy. Clearly the sword isn't working out. Don't mind me, I'm just mining coal. I hope no scary monsters come out. Okay, I actually hope it doesn't come out. What was that? Like, I'm not even actually in a cave. There's daylight. Just mining coal. Nothing to see here. Okay, this cave does not look like a good place to fight him, but whatever, we're just going down. Okay, this place looks better. It's like a goat horn noise. There's no way these are real cave sounds, right? Wait, is that a left-handed skeleton? Isn't that rare? Oh, he is here. Let's try this. And it actually works. He's just in the boat. I bet he didn't think of that. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Watch him teleport out of the boat. Alright, let's see if you can actually... That creeper actually almost fumbled that. I'm pretty sure I can't even hit him in the boat. Okay, now I can hit him. But see, it just stops working. So weird. Am I just bad? Okay, and we killed him. Kinda. That wasn't... I guess that doesn't really count as killing him. We're definitely gonna have to kill him the legit way right now. Oh, he is out. Wait, he's not chasing me. Why is he not chasing me? Alright, this is just a Mickey Mouse kill, honestly. Oh, now he's upset. Dude, wait, where'd he go? The noise he makes is so scary. I can barely hear myself talk over this. Alright, let's go in for the sword. Oh my god, he's so fast. Okay, and that scream after. Alright, I guess we technically killed him legit. I mean, he was standing still for a little bit of it, but still, I'm gonna count that. And as for if this is the scariest mod or not, it definitely was pretty scary at the beginning. But after encountering him for the first time, it really isn't that bad. I will say I'm now permanently scarred from this mod, though, because every time I hear a Minecraft cave sound, it will never be the same. Okay, we are not going anywhere near that. A couple months ago, I made a video on the scariest mod in Minecraft, and since then, a completely new Cave Dweller mod has been released that is supposedly 10 times as scary. So, just like last time, I decided to be the judge of that. Here we are in a brand new world, and apparently this mod is way scarier than the last one. So in order to make it worse, I'm using shaders so that my caves will be very dark, which is definitely going to end up being a problem later in the video. So let's collect some wood and some stone, make all my stone tools, the usual Minecraft stuff, and our goal in this video is to make full diamond armor. I am not allowed to leave the cave until I'm either wearing full diamond or I'm dead. I'm really hoping it won't be the second one, but with what happened last time, I'm not very confident. But confidence shouldn't matter, as long as I have enough gear to survive the cave dweller. So I went on a mission to get some food, and what better place to get food than a village? First things first, we gotta get rid of this guy. I could really use his iron. And now we need some hay bales. Looks like I found the only village that comes with no hay bales. But it doesn't really matter though, because there's some conveniently placed food right here. And now I'm just gonna smelt some of this iron we got, and we'll make a shield and a pickaxe. Now let's smelt the rest of this food, and we'll get a bucket of water because I do a lot of jumping. Alright, now we're pretty much set up to go into a cave, and once I go into this cave, I am not allowed to come back up until I'm full diamond armor. Or of course the second option, which I don't want to talk about. The first thing I'm gonna do in here is get some coal because it's gonna be super dark with these shaders. And yeah, I guess we're just going into this cave. Okay, creepers already? You guys aren't the monster that I'm supposed to be worried about. Like actually, please go away. We might as well get all the iron that we find down here, as having some armor would be pretty useful. And it seems this cave has come to an end, so I have to dig down. Okay, that is not really what I wanted. Okay, I just got jump scared by a zombie. To be fair, he fell on top of me. How was I supposed to expect that? Still no sign of the actual cave monster though. I remember the old one making a lot more noise. As long as he gives me time to get full iron, I guess. I don't know why I'm mining gold. We don't need gold. But we do have enough iron now, so let's just put some iron into these furnaces. And now I'm feeling a lot safer, so let's go find some diamonds. I'm not gonna lie, the scariest part about this mod right now is the fact that I haven't heard the cave monster yet. Like, did I forget to install the mod again? Okay, this is a giant cave, which is honestly more scary than a small one. And that is exactly why it's more scary than a small cave. That is definitely not a normal noise. Okay, zombie, now is not the time. I have a cave monster stalking me. Only thing we can really do is keep exploring the cave, I guess. Well, we could just stand still and do nothing, but that won't help us find diamonds. I'm also not sure how we're gonna find any diamonds, considering how dark it is in this cave. I've probably ran past so many already. Okay, it's been a while since we heard that noise. Maybe I actually got away from him. And I was just talking about how I thought he was gone, and now he's back. But at least we found our first vein of diamonds, and it's just a 1 vein, meaning we still need 23 more. Okay, we are not going anywhere near that. I don't know if you can even see that on the video, but he was literally right there. What am I even supposed to do? Can I just wait him out by sitting here? Okay, nah, I'm not going back out there. I'm just gonna strip mine to another cave. There's no way I'm dealing with that. Alright, I've been strip mining long enough that I'm ready to go back. If he's there, I don't even care anymore. I'm not scared of this guy. Okay, he's not back here anymore.
Wait, what was that? That is definitely not a normal noise. Yep, that's definitely him. Okay, he's literally right there. I know I shouldn't go back, but I gotta see this again. And he's just gone. That is so weird. Well, at least we didn't die. Oh, and we also found more diamonds. And we found even more, bringing our total up to 3. Yeah, I'm not sure if this full diamond thing is happening. But as long as we just have peaceful interactions with him, just like the last one, we should be fine. That doesn't stop the fact that I'm still terrified, though, but that's all good. Okay, of course he's in the only part of the cave that I haven't been to yet. I guess I'm just gonna slowly dig down to make sure he isn't down here. Okay, my pickaxe is about to break, so I'm making a terrible investment. We are now back down to 0 diamonds. Alright, we just gotta leave this bunker. There is no way that I'm getting any diamonds from here. Yeah, he's not even here. It's just a skeleton. I wonder if this is what exploring an actual cave feels like. Okay, this is crazy. How are we gonna find the deep dark when we are also being followed by the cave dweller? We're about to have the cave dweller and the warden in here. Okay, the jump scared by random mobs total is up to 2 now. Honestly, less than I expected. Nah, we're getting out of here. I do not want to be a part of whatever that is. He can stay down there wherever he is, because we are not dealing with that right now. I really don't need you attacking me right now. This is a bad time. Okay, I've been around this whole cave like 5 times. I think we're safe up here. But he definitely spawned or something, because that was not the same noise from before. All we need is 24 diamonds, which is exactly where we started. And at this point, I'm pretty sure it isn't even a lack of diamonds. It's just a lack of eyesight because of these shaders. And I just got jump scared by a regular mob again. Come on, diamonds, stop being the rarest ore in the caves. We're also running dangerously low on food. I'm about to have to start eating rotten flesh. Okay, that is a terrifying noise. I'm blocking in for this one. I don't know what that is. Why is it so long? How is it still going? Yeah, we're just gonna sit here for a second. I am not ready to face that noise. Oh, at least we found some diamonds. It's always a one vein. I'm just being cursed by the cave dweller or something. After that last noise, I am not stopping for anything. We're just running at this point. Okay, and we found more diamonds. And instead of 1, this time we got 2. That's great. Alright, it appears I'm out of food, so it's time to dig into our rotten flesh. More deep dark? We are not going this way. Okay, it looks like our only option is the deep dark, actually. Maybe the warden will help us fight the cave dweller, so it might actually be a good idea. I keep feeling like I'm hearing noise because everything is so silent. Ooh, there might be food in one of these chests. Nothing. And we actually got some food. Let's go. Okay, it appears he is not happy that we were able to eat. And he's literally just right there. Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. I hate the fact that he just stalks you and he doesn't actually attack. It kind of makes me want to chase him for some reason. But I'm gonna use my brain and just avoid the area that we saw him in, which is probably the best idea. And it's just the only way we were able to go, so of course he would spawn there. Well, hopefully he's not still here. Okay, he did leave us some diamonds. And it's just a one vein again. At this point, we are just stuck down here. The only way out might just be to die to him. It's not looking good at this point. Another one vein. That is awesome. I also feel like I'm starting to backtrack in my cave, but I just don't have enough torches to be placing everywhere. Okay, this is a much larger cave. I'm pretty sure I haven't been here yet. There's gotta be diamonds in a cave this big. There's no way. I literally can't see anything at the bottom here, but I definitely just have to jump down. Oh, and we found more diamonds. Just another one vein, which brings our total up to 6. Okay, it's that scary noise again. The one that lasts for way too long and makes you immediately box up. Since I'm able to make a piece of diamond armor, I might as well. Anything to help us fight against this guy. And I swear I can hear this guy breathing. Am I going insane? Okay, there's just way too many mobs out here. Why is there a giant water pool here that I can't see? These shaders are honestly half of the experience. I really can't see anything down here. Come on, there has to be diamonds. This cave is so big. We're almost out of rotten flesh. It looks like we need to farm a little more. And we're also almost out of torches. That will definitely be a problem if that happens. I've never been more scared while caving. This is actually insane. I just don't understand where the diamonds are. This is actually crazy. Okay, why is there just a zombie with a sword? If that thing hits me, it'll probably kill me. Please don't blow up the food. Okay, I'm kind of busy right now, so how about we just don't? Why is the zombie just waiting for me to leave? This is where I heard him, but it's really just the only way that I can go. This is just kind of looking like the end right here. We got no food and no torches. Oh my god. And we're just dead. I threw my pickaxe trying to press 1. He just gets me at the perfect time when I'm not paying attention. That's actually crazy. I had no idea he would be there. I guess that proves it. This mod is definitely scarier than the first one. If you want to play this mod, I put a link to the mod creator's video in the description, but I don't know why you would want to play this. I'm gonna be afraid of caving forever now. These are some of the scariest Minecraft seeds of all time. Starting with seed 21166. Players have reported being attacked by a living tree while traveling the forest playing on this seed. So let's check if this one's true. Okay, I'm not seeing anything unusual in this world, but the tree is meant to... Oh wait, what is this? I'm pretty sure this is just a buried shipwreck, but let's just check it out to make sure. Okay, or maybe it's not a shipwreck. I can't seem to find the ship anywhere. Yeah, that is weird. Where did the logs go? There was just logs there a second ago. I'm sure of it. You guys literally saw it. I'm not crazy. If there is a living tree, it's probably in the forest over here. Okay, you can't tell me you guys didn't see that. I swear the water was just turning red for a second. Okay, we're going into creative. I'm a little scared now, not gonna lie. Wow, there's a village over here. Maybe we should check that out. This village seems perfectly normal, other than the portal going through this house right here. Yeah, I'm sure that this is a coincidence, especially this one block up here. Look at this guy, he's trapped in the house. Alright, let me help you out, buddy. Wait, what? Where did he go? Also, why is there a bunch of tree blocks in here? Did a tree spawn in the middle of this house? Or do you guys think the living tree put this stuff here? Okay, that noise might have been him telling me that I was right. Yeah, we're getting out of here. Okay guys, that water was definitely red. Like, you guys can't tell me you didn't see the red water there. Well, at least he can drink the red water instead of drinking me, I guess. But yeah guys, in the original story, it said that the tree lives inside of the forest. So enough is enough, we're checking out the forest. If there is anything weird in this forest, it's gonna be really hard to see because of all the trees around here. So you guys need to keep a lookout for anything strange in case I don't see it. Hold on, do you guys hear that? It sounded like someone was breaking wood, and it definitely wasn't me. I mean, this is what it sounds like when I break wood. And is that redstone in the walls? Okay, I'm 99% sure redstone cannot spawn here. Something is up. Wait, what was that? What just happened? How is it nighttime right now? What just happened? I swear it was just day. Okay, I'm really not liking this. There's a lot of sounds, a lot of weird things going on. Wait, what did I just see over there? Watch until the end to see what happens. Next is seed Thanatophobia, which is supposed to be a seed where everything in your world is trying to kill you. This is the seed of, well, Thanatophobia. That's kind of what the word means. So everything in the seed is supposed to kill me. Alright, pig, kill me. Come on. Kill me. Okay, it's not working. If this seed is correct, the pig should be trying to kill me right now. Oh my god, I almost fell in that hole. That is a really weird hole to just be there, isn't it? Like, usually lava doesn't spawn with a random hole leading to your demise. That better not have been you, pig, trying to kill me with the lava. But yeah, let's get some tools. What? I might be wrong, but did this cow just hit me? Nah, it had to have been just like a skeleton or something that is hiding now. Come on out, skeleton. I know you're in here. I'm not looking for you, buddy. Why do you keep following me? Nah, you know what? Actually... why does the cow have infinite health? I'm telling you, something is weird with this world. The cows are invincible and following me, pigs trying to kill me, something is up. But we still have no proof. I mean, these could all be coincidences, right? So I think we need to find something that is a little bit more likely to kill me than a pig or a cow. We need a sheep, but not just any sheep. A red sheep, because a red sheep is way more likely to try to kill me than any other kind of sheep. So we'll get a flower from over here, and we should be able to craft this thing into some red dye. Come here, sheep. Boom, and now you're red. Kill me, sheep. You can do it. Or maybe not. For a seed where everything is supposed to kill me, nothing is really killing me. Whoa, what was that? Okay, not really sure where a dripstone would have come from. Maybe the sky is trying to kill me. Yeah, that is so weird. There's literally nothing up there, and it just dropped from the sky. I don't know, guys. The red sheep didn't work. The cow and the pig didn't work. I might have to say this one is busted. But wait, what is that over there? How did I not see this before? Was this even here before? Okay, now this is weird. I've seen villages before, but never have I just seen a single village house in the middle of nowhere like this. Yeah, this is so strange. Is anyone even in the house? Hello? Anyone in there? Okay, that is not the floor of a house. That is in fact death. Somebody needs to get some insurance, because something happened to this house. This is not okay. Wow, one more step forward and I would have died. And just as I was about to say this seed was busted. Okay, we're gonna go down here, but we have to be careful. I'm not taking any chances. If there was a giant death hole in the house, who knows what could be at the bottom. Okay, and it's just a normal cave at the bottom. This is so weird. I wonder who put this house here. It must mean I'm going in the right direction. I'm gonna put some blocks at the entrance right here, just in case I backtrack so I know where I am. You know what's really weird about this cave? The fact that I haven't seen any hostile mobs in this cave at all. Like, a cave usually has a ton of mobs in it, but this one seems to have none. Okay, why are there a bunch of dripstones on the roof like this? Am I crazy, or does this look exactly like a dripstone trap waiting to happen? Like, if I was under here, someone could just break one of these, and boom, I would be dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna take care of these real quick. I've been traveling this cave for a while now, and there's been no luck. Like, if everything was trying to kill me, this would be the perfect place for it to happen. Hold on a minute, is this not the entrance to the cave from earlier? Wait, how did I end up going in a circle? I swear I don't remember backtracking at all. But I know this is the entrance because of the blocks I put here, and also this giant... Hold on a minute. Why is there lava coming from the entrance to the cave? Okay, now this is really weird. How would lava just randomly spawn exactly where I entered this cave? Okay, we need to find another way out of here. I am done with this seed. I did have my suspicions at first, but this confirms it. This seed is definitely out to kill me. Yeah, we just need to find an exit out of this cave right now. I swear I'm hearing noises right now as well that definitely weren't there before. Come on, where's the exit to this cave? It feels like it's just endless. Come on, exit please. Hold on, what is that? Why is there a villager, and why is he naked? Hello, random villager. What's going on, man? Surely you know a way out of here, right? Like, you're gonna help me, right? Why is he just staring at me menacingly? Wait, hold on. It's a death villager? Oh my god. The villager, the house, it's all making sense now. Never trust a villager. Yeah, this seed is definitely real. Do not play this seed unless you want to get killed, because what just happened? Coming up next, we have the Seed of the Endless Desert. It is said that when you create a world using Seed Desert with numbers like this, there will be an infinite desert. Yeah, this is not a desert. We spawned in a plains. I guess this is myth busted then. But wait, there's also a chest right here though. Did I turn on starter chests? Why would I turn on starter chest? There's no way I did that. And yeah, we got some starter stuff. Wait, is that a saddle? Okay, I'm 90% sure you can't get a saddle from a starter chest. And I don't think I even turned on starter chests to begin with. This is so weird. Whatever, I guess we keep exploring this plains. Maybe it will turn into a desert. Let's pretend that the grass is dead bushes right now, and I'm breaking dead bushes. Okay, wait. Tell me why there is camels inside of a plains biome. I'm telling you, camels do not spawn in a plains. Is this a new 1.21 feature? Like, what's going on? I'm not even on 1.21. There just should not be any camels here. Maybe we can use one of these guys, though. Hey man, you wanna wait. Where did they go? I'm telling you guys, there was literally just 3 camels right here. How did they disappear? Like, 1 disappearing? That would make sense. 2 of them? Now that's a little weird, but 3 disappearing? Something has to be up with this seed. Well, I guess we just keep exploring then. Weird things are happening on the seed, but none of them seem to be desert related at all. It could be possible that we just haven't found the endless desert yet. Maybe it's like a backrooms type of thing. You have to fall into it. But yeah, there's nothing else really weird going on as of right now. Like, let me know if you guys see anything weird. I feel like if the seed is supposed to be cursed, we should be seeing it. Is that a desert well? Okay, yeah, apparently there's a desert well in the middle of this plains. First we had camels, and now we have a well. But this well isn't telling us how to get to the infinite desert. Oh well, you guys get it? Maybe we throw a piece of gold into the well, kinda like how people throw coins into fountains. We gotta go into creative for this. Come on, gold, bring us to the infinite desert. Okay, it just did nothing. That is lame. Maybe we could try diamonds? Diamonds is the best offering I have. Now show us the desert. Did anyone hear that? If I look up and there's a desert all of a sudden, I'm gonna leave the world. Okay, there's no desert. For a second, I thought that sound actually meant something. I guess it was just a cave noise or something. Okay, at this point, I'm probably gonna have to say this one is busted. I mean, I've been looking around for a while, and I still have yet to even see a desert. The desert things in the plains is the only real evidence we have of this being true. And even then, those could just be a glitch or something. Oh hey, we found a yellow sheep. Aren't these supposed to be rare or something? Wait,
Yellow sheep? That is not something that can spawn in Minecraft. Like, I've heard of a pink sheep, but yellow? No. That's weird. There's just one yellow sheep. Oh wait, the sheep died. What happened to him? He was just fine a second ago. Who killed the yellow sheep? Why would you do this? Oh well, I'm sure that was just nothing. Nothing to be concerned about. Just a yellow sheep dying in the middle of nowhere. Totally normal day out here. Okay. That is not supposed to be here. Like camels? Maybe that's normal. A desert well? A little strange. But a whole pyramid? Yeah, that is definitely not normal. Maybe we finally found the entrance to the endless desert. Okay, why is there more yellow sheep inside of this pyramid? What is with these yellow sheep? Let's check for anything weird on the top before we go down into the bottom. I know there's a secret room in here that was added in 1.20, so we can check that out. Okay, nothing really weird so far. Yeah, nothing is really weird with this room. It seems perfectly normal. What about on the sides here? Oh wait, why is this blocked off? Usually there's an entrance here, so what's behind this? Oh, there's a bunch of diamond blocks. I wouldn't exactly call this scary. This is more like exactly what I would be looking for if I started a new world. Like, yeah, just give me these free diamonds. Thanks, Desert Temple. And there's also more blocks on this side of the temple, but this time they are gold. Well, this is more of a secret room seed than a scary seed, I guess, but we still do have one more place to check. The bottom of the temple. Now, usually there's a TNT trap down here with some chests, but after seeing those two rooms, who knows what will be down here. Yeah, it just looks the same as usual. We got 4 chests with normal loot and the pressure plate. Do I dare step on the pressure plate? Guys, what do you think? Is it a good or a bad idea to step on this pressure plate? Alright, whatever. Let's just do it. Let's blow up the cursed desert temple. Okay, it just blew up like normal, guys. So I guess this seed is busted. Nothing weird is going on here. Wait, I was not in a desert before. I would definitely remember if I found a desert before this, because I was literally looking for one forever. Also, why am I no longer in creative, and why am I no longer able to sprint? Luckily, I can just fix that by running the command again. Endless desert thought it could get to me. But yeah, this definitely looks like an endless desert, and the person who found this seed also reported finding some kind of glitched camel. I don't know if that was the camels from before, or if it was something different, but we are not sticking around to find out. I was able to make it to the endless desert. That is enough for me to believe this one is true. I mean, if there was glitched camels, we would definitely be seeing them by now while flying around here. But no, it's just all desert, which is honestly quite creepy. I can see why this seed would be scary. What happened in the forest earlier? I'm telling you, I just saw something unusual in the trees over there. This is so bad. This forest really has me feeling like I'm hallucinating now. I'm sure there was nothing there. It was probably just a zombie or something, considering that it's nighttime. What's up with this tree right here? I swear this is not normal. Can trees fall down in Minecraft, or is this man-made? This kind of reminds me of the shipwreck thing from earlier, which just randomly disappeared. Okay, that is not possible. More random logs on the ground, and then they just disappeared again. What is going on in this world? And no way. Okay, I'm telling you, I definitely saw something this time. There is no way. Something is definitely in this forest. Okay, maybe if we go back and then come back again. Okay, that sound was terrifying. Yeah, if there is something in this forest, we don't want to find out. I'm getting out of here. Come on, let's find an exit to this forest. Why is it so hard to find an exit to everything in these seeds? There's just trees everywhere. Does this ever end? Maybe this is the seed of the endless forest. This is terrifying. I do not want to... Wait, is something following me? What is this noise? It sounds like something is definitely following me. I am not turning around for this. Whatever's making this sound, I don't even want to know. Oh no, I think we might be hitting a dead end. Oh, never mind, we can just go up here. Was this sound just this pig? No way that the pig was making those sounds. It sounded so much different than pig sounds. Alright, I don't know. Everyone was hyping up this living tree, and the whole time it was really just fake. The seed is busted, guys. There is no living tree in the forest. Just some scary pigs and some misplaced wood. What is the most cursed thing in survival Minecraft? Is it a bedrock house? A Pethernordle? Mining pigs? Huh? Okay, the last one isn't actually possible. But what about an ender dragon in the overworld? A sight only seen on a 9-year-old's laggy server. Is it possible to bring the ender dragon to the overworld without using cheats? I mined 96 obsidian to find out. And the reason I mined all this obsidian was to make a giant nether portal. You see, my plan was to have the dragon fly through the nether portal and then through another nether portal to the overworld. Oh, come on, it's not that stupid.
Alright, now we have all the obsidian, it's time to build a giant portal. Alright, the portal is done, now it's time for the moment of truth. Wait, nothing happened. You see, what I failed to realize is you can't light a nether portal in the end, which I should have just checked before building a giant portal. But I wasn't discouraged because I had another plan. It's time to push the Ender Dragon through the end portal. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Pushing the Ender Dragon through the end portal is not going to be easy. And in order to do this, I'm going to have to gather supplies to respawn the Ender Dragon. So I started killing ghasts. And I know I could have made a ghast farm or something like that, but come on, don't I look so cool killing these ghasts? Okay, maybe cool isn't the word. But eventually I was able to collect enough ghast tears, blaze rods, and sand to respawn the Ender Dragon as many times as I wanted. So the first step to getting the dragon through the portal is freezing it. No, not like that. Basically, if I place a bunch of blocks at Y200, apparently the dragon will freeze. So I'm gonna do that. And that's the last block. Now we just have to respawn the dragon. Okay, so if I break the last crystal, the dragon will freeze. But I don't really want it to freeze 200 blocks in the sky. Seriously, why is it even up there? And it doesn't even look like it's coming down, so I guess we'll just break the last one. Okay, yeah, it's just not gonna freeze. Once again, I had made a stupid mistake. I didn't even check if this worked before I tried it. And upon checking in creative, I found that it didn't work with dirt, but it did when I used obsidian. Now luckily, only a few of the blocks actually matter, so most of them can remain as dirt. Now I was confident that this was going to work, and I respawned the dragon and broke all the crystals only for this to happen. The dragon is literally just flying up into the sky. And after this, the dragon came back down, and it was still not frozen. But why was this happening? I tested it before and nothing was wrong, so this led me to try multiple things. First, I decided to break all the excess blocks. And after doing all that, it still didn't work. So I decided to spawn another dragon without changing anything. And of course it still didn't work. So I finally decided that maybe the blocks were in the wrong spot. I mean, of course they weren't. I would never make a mistake like that. Oh look, the dragon is actually frozen. Now the dragon might not be in the best spot, but now I'm finally able to initiate phase 2 of my plan. I literally sound like a supervillain. So basically, if I push the Ender Dragon through an end gateway, it should trick the game into spawning a new Ender Dragon. And that's what I did. I pushed the Ender Dragon until it wouldn't let me push it anymore. And the Ender Dragon just wouldn't move, and I kept having to kill it over and over again. I even made a flying machine and it just went through it. At one point, the dragon began flying for no reason, and I even got the dragon so close to going through, but had to kill it because it just flew away. But we'll pretend all that didn't happen. Instead, I pushed the dragon with a flying machine. The flying machine got stuck, so I had to break it out, and then the dragon just disappeared. And I was beginning to wonder where the new dragon was, but after a couple minutes, I saw it in the sky. So I killed it, and I was able to start the last phase of my plan. So because we killed the Ender Dragon, the portal is now open, but the original dragon is still alive. So now all we have to do is get the Ender Dragon to go through the portal. Simple, right? Basically, all I have to do right now is follow the Ender Dragon to the main island. Hopefully I have enough fireworks. Okay, now we're back to the main island. Wow, these guys are in a rush to leave. And we just have to wait for the Ender Dragon to emerge from the ground, and when it does, I should be able to freeze it again by going back through the portal. Alright, now we just have to head back, and it should be frozen. Alright, hopefully the dragon is frozen. Wow, something actually worked for once. Next, we'll move the dragon directly over top of the portal. And I think that should be good. We just need to push the dragon down now. Alright, let's see if it goes through. Okay, it's just not going through the portal. Why won't it go through the portal? Of course, I wasted all this time when I could have just checked to see that it wasn't possible. At this point, I was ready to give up. Not because it hadn't worked, but because I kept making stupid mistakes over and over again, which could have been avoided if I just tested them before. So I quit. And it wasn't until I found this video that I decided to give it another try. So apparently the dragon can go through the portal, I just need to push it from the bottom. I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. I was doing everything in the video, but the dragon just wasn't moving. So I decided to push the dragon down and try again. Okay, I'm pushing the dragon down. This is so stupid. Why won't it work? And after pushing the dragon down, to my surprise, it actually moved. Alright, this is the actual moment of truth. All I have to do is go through the portal. Wait! To my surprise, I had done it. For the first time ever, I was witnessing an ender dragon in the overworld without the use of some command or mod or something. Well, actually it was the second time after seeing this video. And I couldn't have done it without the mistakes I made along the way. So even though I felt stupid in the moment, I learned that it was the mistakes I made that ultimately helped me succeed. But of course, I could have just tested everything before I did it. So in Minecraft 1.18, there's these really cool mountains, and I'm going to transform one of them into a volcano base. But first I need to make a new world. Okay, now I can explain what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm going to be cutting the top of the mountain off like this, and then I'm going to make a giant hole in the mountain and put lava in it. Then I will make it look like it's erupting, and finally I will add some sort of base thing. So the first thing I need to do is find a good mountain. I ended up traveling tens of thousands of blocks in search of the perfect mountain to make my volcano. And I just ended up with this one. The first thing I have to do is level off the top of the mountain because volcanoes don't usually look like this. So I guess I'll start that. This is already taking a while and I am literally only 1% finished. So now I'm going to make an outline of where the hole is going to go. That should be good. It's not very round, but it should look fine. So now I'm going to hollow out the entire inside of the volcano. This is going to take a while. This literally feels like it's taking forever, and I'm only like 30 minutes in. I realize I could have used TNT or a better pickaxe, but I guess I'm just built different. This is me breaking the last block. I kind of forgot to acknowledge it. I would lie and say that mining this out took me 20 hours, but it really only took about 3 hours total. But this is only the beginning, and there is still a lot more to build, so it's going to get much harder. So now I have to figure out how to make this look like a volcano because these blocks aren't really cutting it. I guess I am going to cover it in brown concrete because that seems easy to get. But first I need to beat the game so I can make a gravity block duper. I also went ahead and got an elytra and a few totems, but something is still missing. Okay, now this video is completely original. So now it's time to build the gravity block farm. I am definitely just going to copy this from memory and not a tutorial. Why does silverfish even exist? Okay, the farm is done and it works, so now I just need brown concrete. This took a lot longer than it should have. I never knew that brown dye was so hard to get. Well, now the farm is going, so all I have to do is wait. Okay, now that I have enough concrete, it is time to cover the mountain. First I am going to be doing the outside, then I will do the inside, which will be much harder. Also, if you are wondering, I am going to water the whole thing to harden the concrete after I'm finished. So this is what it looks like so far. Honestly, it looks like a poop mountain, but it's too late to go back now, so I'm just going to finish it. So I finished the mountain, and it honestly looks like it's covered in dirt. Hopefully it'll look better once I add water. Now that I've added water, it looks a little bit better, but I'm still not finished, so hopefully it will improve. Now I have to fill the entire inside with concrete powder as well. So that is one ring of concrete, and it took me almost 80 blocks, and I have to do this 50 more times. This is going to be fun. The most annoying part about this is filling in the top layers. It takes so long since I can't place blocks under my feet. I also just realized that as I go higher up, the concrete will fall, so I'm going to have to place something underneath it to hold it up. I'm already out of concrete, so I guess I have to head back to the stronghold. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, that should be enough concrete to finish this. Now that I'm finished covering the inside with concrete, it's time to place water on every block. At this point, I thought this was going to be the most annoying part of building, but just know I was wrong. Okay, now that that's done, I just need to make the inside of the volcano look more natural like it does up here. Of course it's snowing on my volcano, that makes sense. This is how I'm getting hardened concrete, by the way. I wish I had just done this for the inside and not watered every single block. Now the inside looks a bit more natural, so now I'm just going to add a few rocks to the bottom. And now that I was done that, it was time to move on to the hardest part, filling the bottom with lava. This might not sound hard, but each of the blocks equaled to one lava bucket, so this is going to take forever. So the first thing I need to do is get fire resistance so I can just swim in the lava while I'm placing it. I definitely jumped. I might be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Even though this isn't an escape video, I still need to show me making the fire resistance potions. Now that I have fire resistance, I can finally start placing the lava. This just isn't worth it. I'm like 5% complete and I've had to refill my buckets 3 times, so I'm definitely going to need more buckets. If I didn't have fortune, this would be taking forever, but I'm actually getting iron pretty fast. Now I have almost 6 stacks of buckets, so that should be enough. I've ran out of buckets and this is how far I am. I would say that I'm about 35% done, so I'm probably going to need to refill the buckets 2 more times. This right here is the last bucket of lava and I'll be finished. Now I was almost finished the build and I just had to build a cave to allow me to enter the volcano and add a few more details. So this is how far the cave is going to be. This dirt marks the initial area I'm going to dig out. Obviously I'm going to make it look more natural, but this is a start. And that looks pretty good, so now I'm just going to add a few more details to make it look like it's erupting. Why does it keep getting covered in snow? I don't even remember it snowing since last time. So I'm just going to add 2 lava sources coming out of the sides like this. That was a mistake. Now it looks much better. I'm not quite sure if real volcanoes look like this, but it's in Minecraft, so who cares? Now the last thing I need to do is make it look like lava is coming from the top, so it looks like it's actively erupting. This is going to be hard to do, but I have an idea that will require me to get stained glass. While the glass is smelting, I'm going to build an outline of what I want to do in dirt. So I realized that this is going to look terrible, so I'm going to try something else. I went to check how this looks, and the glass is really difficult to see, so I'm going to use orange concrete instead. I would say this turned out pretty good as long as you're looking from the front. Now you're probably wondering how this is a base. I was planning on building something on the inside, but I can't really think of anything to make inside the volcano, so I'm just going to add a little base inside of the cave. And now this is a base, I guess. After building this, I've definitely learned something, and that is that I'm never building something in hardcore Minecraft again. Minecraft 1.20 has a lot of new updates. We got armor trims, camels, these guys, cherry wood, and there's pottery shards. No one seems to care about pottery shards. So today I'm going to change that by collecting all 20 of the new pottery shards in Minecraft Hardcore. But first I need to take care of something. I totally didn't lose my other hardcore world. That would never happen. I'm invincible. Okay, now that we are back to where we were before, it's time to go look for some shards. I'm pretty sure that shards spawn in the new trail ruin structures, so I guess we'll just look for one of those. Also, don't ask about how I got all this stuff. I play legit. Okay, so I've been traveling for about 100 years, and I can't seem to find a trail ruin structure anywhere. I don't know if I'm dumb or these things are incredibly rare, so let's just save the hardest shards for later in the video, and right now we'll work on finding the easiest ones. Desert temples are quite common, as long as you can find a desert, so let's go look for one of those. Okay, we found a desert, and we found a temple. Let's see what it has for us. As I said before, I play legit. Okay, I obviously know the shards aren't down here. I just for some reason wanted to risk death. There's actually some sand here.
And I just broke one already. That's great. I got this texture pack which highlights the suspicious sand, so I should be able to find one shard, and another, and one more. Okay, these things are looking kind of common. And we got another one. Okay, so I managed to get 3 out of the 4 shards found in a desert temple already, and I think I'm gonna display my shards in some sort of museum. So let's go look for a place to build that. Ooh, there's a cherry blossom biome here. I feel like we have to build our pot museum here. It looks so nice. Alright, let's build an outline. And what I'm going to be doing is building a giant pot to put all the smaller pots in. So let's go get some of this, and we'll get some of this, and that's really all we need to build this. It's not a complicated build. So let's just replace the first layer with some clay like this. Why am I being blocked by a sheep? Seriously, what did I do to these sheep? Other than take over their land to build a giant pot, of course. Okay, that somehow took me a lot of time, and we're not even done. We still need to put the thing on the top. But the problem is, we can't do that with 46 terracotta. So we're going back to the mines. I'm also gonna get some of this stuff because we're gonna need it later. And we'll also collect some of these bushes, some of this sand, a couple cactuses, I mean cacti. But really I don't, I'm still saying cactuses. And we'll get a lot of wood. Oh, we might also need some of this stuff too. You'll see why in a second. And we're back to the pot. So it's time to fill in this part, and we'll do a little bit of wall making, and we're finished building the pot. Hopefully I don't get arrested for having this much pot in my world. You might also be wondering why I made a default pot. You'll see what I'm putting there at the end of the video. Before we put our pots on display, we probably need something other than grass here. I decided to make the floor out of wood because that's all I have. And we should probably put some torches here. These guys are exactly why. Okay, let's place some clay in the bottom here. And we'll fill this whole thing up with water so we don't die while entering. And now we'll just... This is where we're going to put the pots. Miner, prize, and archer. And we'll also put a shard in each item frame. Except for this one. We don't have an extra, so it just gets a brick. And finally, for each pot, I want to put a background that represents where it came from. So each one of these pots gets some kind of desert biome behind it. Because they came from a desert. Alright, now that we've taken the time to place our pots, we still need to find the shards. Which means I need to find another desert, and I need to find one fast. I don't actually need to find it fast. I don't know why I said that. Okay, we gotta make a quick stop to break these guys out of here. Come on, guys, quick, before the guards come. I actually don't know where the guards are, so I'm just gonna loot this. Why do they always have one of these? Look at all the allays following me. Okay, I think I lost the allays. I didn't know that was possible. RIP blue guys. They had no names, so I don't know. Okay, we finally found what we're looking for. Oh, and there's a temple right here. We're looking for the skull shard, so let's get that. Emerald. This is not me. I don't want that. Okay, that's a shard. It's minor. We don't want that either. TNT? Really? Okay, this is the one. Prize shard. Never mind. This is so intense. Minecraft really added gambling to the game and thought we wouldn't notice. Come on, how did we get prize again? Alright, last chance. Nothing. What kinda... Alright, that officially concludes our desert expedition for now. I just gotta quickly steal this camel. This is actually a lot slower than I thought it was. Traveling through a forest on a camel might be top 5 hardest tasks. Like, why is it so hard to push this guy through the water? What is going on? Yeah, there is no way we're doing that. This better work, or I don't know how we're getting him across the water. Okay, it doesn't work. After all this traveling, I have to leave him here. That doesn't really concern me, though. What does concern me is the skull pot and a brick in the item frame, because we don't have another one. Also, let's give it some desert and some dead bushes to add some detail. And that's all the desert pyramid shards done, so now it's time to move on to the ocean ruins. I honestly have no idea the difference between cold and warm ocean ruins, so this is going to be interesting. I guess we're gonna look for a warm ocean ruins first. I think this ocean's warm. I don't really know how I would tell. I'm not wearing a 4D headset. Okay, why are these guys moving like this? I swear they did not look like that. There's way too many of these guys. I just want the pots, man. Okay, it's time to see what we got. Wheat. Why can I get wheat in the ocean? What about this one? Wooden hoe. And wheat again in this one. Crate. Oh, that's a shard. Plenty pottery shard. Okay, that's 1 out of 3. Someone really has to stop growing wheat in the ocean. This makes no sense. Okay, that's another one. Mourner pottery shard. Why does he kind of look like the warden? And we got another warden. Emerald. Gold nugget. That's new, but not good. And a piece of coal. I can't really complain, though. We already got 2 of them. Warden. Not warden. Okay, yeah, that's the last shard. Oh, there's a trident guy. That is not good. Oh my god, why does he do so much damage? It's probably because I don't have a chest plate on. I don't know what I expected. I spent the next 30 minutes in search of a sniffer egg. For some reason, I still thought this was a warm ocean. I don't really know what I thought the cold ocean was. But because I did that, I ended up finding this blade pottery shard, which wouldn't have happened if I wasn't stupid. So that's a lesson, I guess. Always be stupid. Oh, we finally got some armor trims. Alright, we're back and better than ever because we have the plenty, mourner, blade, and explorer pottery shard. And all that's left now is to give them a background.
This is the best I could do for cold ocean. Well, it's cold. I don't know about ocean. Oh, and look, I also got some drip. It's not really drip. It looks kind of bad, actually. It's time to find the warm ocean ruins now. And it's looking pretty warm around here, so there's probably one nearby. Yeah, that looks warm. Now, where's the ocean ruins? Oh, they're made out of sand. That's why I couldn't find it. A wooden hoe and wheat. Classic. Wait, this isn't a brush. That didn't happen. You don't remember anything. Okay, seriously, why don't these guys just leave me alone? Oh, we got a sniffer egg. I guess when you look in the right place, they're pretty easy to find. Okay, we also got our first shard, and I'm pretty sure it has a sniffer on it. But yeah, that's it for that ruin. Another sniffer egg, wheat, wooden hoe, emerald, coal, and finally another shard. Shelter pottery shard, that's 2 out of 3. Oh, and I bet this is the third one, right? No, it isn't. Surely we can get the third one pretty quickly if it took that long for the first 2. I was wrong, we could not. But now at the very least, that's another 3 shards added to the museum. 9 more to go. And for the background, I want it to actually look like the biome this time. So I'm gonna get some sand, some of this water stuff, and some magma blocks. And now let's make the first one a little ocean. The second one will be the same with some magma. And the third one will be netherrack. Don't ask me why, I just feel that way about this one. And since we have it now, I also want to grow this sniffer egg real quick. And I heard you need moss to speed this up, so we need to go get some of that. Okay, I was really hoping you could just bone meal stone. Apparently that's not how it works. Okay, we found the moss biome, and I'm also gonna have to borrow one of these guys. Wait, how is this guy still here? I thought for sure he would be dead by now. Subscribe right now or he dies. Alright, now we have some moss so we can grow our sniffer. This feels like one of those things that you put in water and it turns to like some kind of foam animal. And there he is. I'm definitely gonna name this guy T because that's a very popular baby name. Hold up, what is this guy sniffing? And obviously I wouldn't be a responsible sniffer owner if I didn't build him a house. So let's get some of this stuff. Ow. And we'll get some of this stuff. And now let's construct him a house. I kind of forgot this wood isn't red. They call it crimson wood. Why wouldn't I think it's red? Now we'll replace all this, and we'll give him a floor, and finally a door. And now we just need to go get tea. Did this guy seriously bring a gravel in here? Okay, you can come with me now. Yo, why does this guy got recoil? Okay, now this guy's trapped forever. Yeah, that's right. The whole reason I did this was to put him in prison. Okay, we still need 9 pottery shards, and most of them are found in trail ruins. The trail ruin structure mostly spawns in forest-type biomes, I'm pretty sure. That's all I really know. So hopefully I can find one. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have one right here. Either that or Herobrine has been building in my world. Okay, we got a piece of string and a yellow dye. That's great. Actually, let's block all the water off before we dig this thing out. That would probably be smart. And now we can begin excavating the ruins. Blue dye, a piece of clay, and wheat. It's always wheat. Okay, this loot isn't looking really good so far, but these things are literally massive, so hopefully we can find all the shards in one ruin. And speaking of shards, we got an armor trim. I thought that was gonna be a shard, not gonna lie. Okay, this looks like a... never mind, it's the new music disc. I guess we should give this thing a listen. Okay, finally our first shard. Only 5 more to go, I think. I swear I've found like every type of dye in here. Ooh, we got another shard. And it's the same one as before. And there's our second shard. It's the burn shard. And we also got an armor trim right after. This area is feeling kinda lucky. Never mind. Okay, this structure is literally insane. It feels like the dirt and gravel just never ends. The good news is we now have 3 shards, so only 3 more to go. I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought this structure was fun, but there's something about mining dirt and gravel for an unknown amount of time that just isn't that exciting. I still am occasionally finding new parts of the structure though, which I have to say is pretty cool. Like, when have you ever seen this block in Minecraft? I need one of these. Ooh, 2 back-to-back shards, and we found another new one. 2 more to go. Oh, and we also have all 4 armor trims found in here, so that's pretty cool. I ended up finding what I thought were the last 2 pottery shards in the trail ruins, and then I finished digging it out, and it actually ended up looking pretty cool. If I had to rate this structure, I would give it a 6 out of 10. The large amount of digging isn't really fun, but I would definitely say it's worth it discovering all the little rooms hidden inside. What we can do now though is leave this thing forever and place down the pots in the museum. And that's all the pots placed down. And for each of these backgrounds, I decided to use the blocks that I found while digging out the trail ruins. These ones actually look kinda sick. This is definitely my favorite background so far. Okay, so I just looked it up and it turns out there's actually one more pottery shard in the trail ruins that we did not get. So it looks like I'm finding another one of them. Yay. I'm not gonna bore you with the details this time. Basically, I found a trail ruins. I mined this super cool fish block that I happened to find. I dug out the trail ruins for an unspecified amount of time, and then I found the final pottery shard. So I flew out of the trail ruins. Okay, I was lying. I actually just walked out of the ruins. And I went back to the giant pot, and then I placed the howl pot in its spot and used the cool fish block we found earlier as a background for it. Alright, now that we actually have all the trail ruin shards, there's only one more place to find shards, and that's a desert well. The reason I left the desert well for the end is because I honestly don't remember the last time I saw one of those things. The trail ruins were probably harder, but whatever. At least I know where a desert is this time, so hopefully I can find a well in there. Okay, there's literally just a well right there. That was easy. Alright, let's get some intense music going, because there's only 2 pots left. This is crazy. Okay, we literally got a shard on the first one. Brewer pottery shard. And it looks like there's only one more sand. And it also has a shard. Arms up pottery shard. Yeah, that's the other one. That actually might have been the fastest structure out of all 5 of them. I honestly thought the desert well would be way harder to find, not gonna lie. Well, let's place these down. Oh wait, I'm actually out of bricks, so first I need to get some clay. That's probably enough clay. It's actually way too much clay. 1 clay equals 1 brick. And let's smelt this clay. Now we can finally make the pots, and that's arms up and brewer. Now we just have to give them both a background. And for the first one, I decided to put some water in the bottom. And then I put a little structure that's supposed to be a well. And the second one just gets sand and sandstone. Oh, and actually I'll put some water here. And that is all 20 pottery shards in Minecraft 1.20. Surprisingly, this looks a lot better than I expected. But there is still one thing that's missing. I have to build my own custom design on the giant pot. Okay, that looks absolutely terrible. I have to fix that. Okay, that looks a lot better. It's supposed to be my face if you couldn't tell. I'm sick of all these new Minecraft updates. Like, what even is a loom? When did they add this? They added it almost 7 years ago. What am I doing? So for the next 100 days, I'm going to be playing Minecraft Alpha, one of Minecraft's oldest versions. Also, my game updates every 5 days. That's probably pretty important. On day 1, I did the regular Minecraft stuff. I cut down a tree, got some stone tools, and then I punch-sheared some sheep and made a full set of wool armor. Just a normal first day in Minecraft. You might have noticed there are a lot of things you can't do in this version, like sprinting, crouching, dragging items, F5. Well, you can F5, but it kind of looks like this. But there are obviously some things that you can do, like building an epic house, collecting every block, and finding the rarest item. That's the stuff I'm gonna do. But right now, we're just going to find a place to build a house so I don't get murdered by mobs. I found the perfect place to build my house, and I built a giant pillar into the sky to mark the area, but then there was a problem. I don't know how to get down from here. I decided to do a ladder MLG, and I obviously landed it, no question there. I replenished my health bar and cut down a few trees in the area, and then I started digging out an area to build the most epic house in Minecraft. Okay, the roof's still kinda missing. It's work in progress. For the rest of the day, I searched for coal, and I just couldn't find it. So my only source of light for the night was just this furnace. Yo, who let him cook? On day 2, I found out you can make smooth stone slabs from cobblestone, and then I added a roof to my house. Hardcore YouTubers be like. I'm just kidding, this is the house. It looks a lot better? Don't worry, this is only like 1% of what it will be at the end of the video. I managed to get some coal, so I lit up my house with some torches, and then I built a floor out of stone slabs. I also made a chest to store my blocks because I'm collecting every block. This is what we have so far. Not very much. After that, it was getting dark, so I figured it was time to go caving. I basically got a 5-star wanted level the second I stepped foot in a cave. There's also no audio in this version, so things like this creeper trying to exterminate my bloodline are very common. So within less than 10 minutes, I was walking back up to the surface on 4.5 hearts with no food. It looks like caving in this version might actually be hard, but that's okay because I like things that are hard.
What do you mean by that?
On day 3, I was supposed to look for food, but instead I started mining some sand because I need it for every block. I'm sorry about that edit, guys. I have a sand addiction. After the sand, it was pig murder time, and then I cooked some pig and some glass. Oh yeah, I also never mentioned that cooking pigs gives you steak in this version. Kinda weird. I spam hoed some grass to get some seeds, and then I planted a little farm on the side of my house. Not the other half, though. I don't deserve that yet. After that, I added some windows to my house and put a little pathway in front, and then the house was actually looking kinda drippy. Confidence is what you need to go caving in this version, and also a large amount of meat. So since I have one of those, I think it's time to go caving again. Okay, I managed to mine a lot of iron as you could see, but what I'm mainly looking for is some diamonds. I need 10 to collect every block, and I also want to get max drip at some point in this video, but right now we only have 0. I do have full iron though.
For the rest of the day, I just kept caving. Yeah, that basically summarized my caving experience. On day 5, I decided the cave life was not for me, and it was time to strip mine. I found a weird glitch that almost killed me, but other than that, I found nothing. I heard 90% of miners quit before hitting it big, and I joined the 90%, making my way back up to surface. For the rest of the day, I did some stuff like mining more coal, lighting up the entire area around my base, and making a hole to collect some passive mobs to breed. Does my hole look good? Yes or no? Then I just continued making the front of my house better, and I watched the sunrise cinematically. Day 6 is Secret Friday. That's what they used to call the updates. Also, it's not a secret, it came out 13 years ago. In this update, they added snow and ice to the world generation, and I need snow for every block, so I went on a journey to look for it. The information I lacked at this time, though, was that you need a world that was in winter mode to find these 2 blocks. So basically, I was just completely wasting my time. I'm pretty sure there aren't any biomes in the game yet, so everything just kinda looks the same. But even if everything looks the same, there's still something about it that looks so good. It's probably the fact that everything has thumbnail level saturation on it. On day 7, I made my way back to my base. I tried to lure some sheep into the hole I made, but then I realized that you can't do that in alpha. You also can't breed mobs. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I spent most of the day upgrading the front of my base even more, and then it was back to the caves, again. Why are there so many animals in the cave? I found nothing really while caving, just the coal and iron like usual, and then I got jump scared by a creeper. Since diamonds don't seem to be an option right now, I decided to just work on my house on day 8. And for this next build, we are going to need a lot of wood. So I started a mass deforestation. I was cutting down every tree within a 1,000-mile radius. But don't worry, for every tree I broke, I was planting them back. Alright, now that we have all this wood, I honestly don't remember what I was going to do with it. Oh yeah, I was making a mine shaft. That's what I was doing with the wood. Mining mine. That's a pretty sick name. Next, I replaced some stone with cobblestone and gravel to make the mine look a bit nicer. And by the end of day 9, I was finished the shaft, and then it was Secret Friday. It's still not a secret. I'm reading a list of everything added right now. This list includes boats, cactuses, clay, reeds, bricks, slimes, bookshelves, and your mom. Haha, get it? I'm sorry. But that isn't all the updates, and the last update is a very controversial one. The Goofy F5 has been removed, and it has been replaced with Fortnite F5 instead. I'm pretty much finished upgrading my base for now, so I think I'm going to hunt for some of the new blocks because I'm still missing a lot of them. So I guess it's time for us to hit the water. I don't think that's what that means. Okay, we found some cows. That's not really a block, but it is new. Something about these cows just does not look right. For the rest of the day, I kept searching for the new blocks. First, I found some reeds, and then I found some clay right after, and finally I found a stray cactus in the open. Not really sure if cactuses belong here. At the end of the day, I made my way back to my base and crafted every block that I had resources for. Okay, we're only actually missing 19 blocks. The only problem is some of them aren't even in the game yet. On day 11, I made a gold block and an iron block. Kinda forgot the texture used to look like this. And I also crafted some bricks. I used to love bricks when I was younger. Okay, that sounded kinda sus. I planted a cactus and made a sugarcane farm, and then I crafted a block of TNT. Alright, now there's only 15 blocks left, and most of them are in the caves, so it's time to go back. You might have thought the mobs were bad the first few times I went caving, but the last update on day 10 added something that I was not ready for. They're literally hitting me through the walls. Apparently Alpha v1.0.11 is the Slimepocalypse update, so instead of dealing with that, I decided to strip mine the rest of the day. I found nothing. On day 12, I got tired of strip mining, so I decided to take on the slimes. I almost died immediately. Everything was okay though, because I actually found a method to exterminate the slimes. I continued exploring the caves, and I was actually feeling pretty confident, despite having 1 armor bar and an infinite amount of slimes attacking me. Eventually, this confidence got the best of me though, because I died to slimes. Okay, technically I didn't die to slimes. I accidentally lavaed myself, and I don't really know which one of those is more embarrassing. All I do know is I only have 5 minutes to get my items back. Oh no, guys, this is really intense. I wonder if he will get his stuff back. These stakes are insane. I got my stuff back. I'm honestly not sure how it didn't burn though. For the rest of the day, I continued exploring, and I still found nothing. So I went back up to surface so I could at least craft some of the blocks I'm missing. I crafted some rails and an iron door, which puts me 2 blocks closer to collecting every block. I also forgot to save an iron ore to put in the chest, so we're still missing one of the easiest blocks. On day 14, I wanted
wanted to stop my crops from being trampled, so I remade my farm. There are no fences in the game yet, so this will have to do. I also crafted a bookshelf, which was another block that I'm missing, and then I captured a sheep. I think it's about that time in the video where the YouTuber gives the mob a name. That's his name. That's what I'm naming him. After naming my new pet sheep, it was time to go caving for the 400th time. I'm going to save you the details on this one. Getting annoyed by slimes? Check. Strip mining time? Check. Diamonds? Check. Wait, that's out of the ordinary. It was only 3 diamonds, so I decided to make a pickaxe, and because of this pickaxe, I was able to mine some obsidian. Another block for the list of blocks. Bro, can this guy just shut up already? I also found diamonds again, and then I went back up to surface because it was time for Secret Friday. It's still not Friday. This update added chickens and music discs, but none of those are important. What is important is the jukebox, because we need it for the blocks. Yeah. I made an irresponsible decision and wasted one of my 2 diamonds on the jukebox, but I mean, it's progression, right? I'm sure I won't regret this in the future. This update is also supposed to fix the slime problem. I hope that is true. I decided to go find a chicken for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like I've never seen one before. And after finding a chicken, I came back to my base to find my sheep was dead, so I made a grave for it. Okay, it probably just despawned. There's nothing that would kill it in this game except me. It wasn't me, I swear. On day 16, I found that slimes are definitely not fixed. I hit the strip mines again, and in my notes it says not sure if I found diamonds, too lazy to check. I'm not checking. I'm just kidding. I actually did check, and I found 3 veins of diamonds in the same strip mine. I don't know how I went from 0 diamonds to this. On day 17, I crafted the coveted diamond block, and this was huge because every block that required diamonds was now found. Now we only need to get full diamond armor. On the next day, I found some diamonds, and then I found more, and after a little bit of mining, I found another big cave, this time with no slimes. I must have won the Minecraft lottery or something because I found 2 more diamond veins back to back. And on day 19, I headed back up to surface feeling like I had just robbed somebody's tomb. I figured that I had done enough caving for now, so I went around harvesting my farms and smelted some iron. I also decided to make middle pieces, and now I was halfway to full diamond, so that's pretty sick. For some reason, this armor also had me feeling crazy, so I went out at night to fight some mobs. It feels like I'm playing Fortnite right now. Oh no, I think someone died here. I spent the rest of the day watching the sunrise, and then it was day 20. Okay, things are getting serious now because this is actually the update where Herobrine was first spotted. Hopefully we don't run into him. Fences and spider jockeys were also added in this update, but most importantly, they finally fixed F5. No more goofy running and no more Fortnite. I made some fences to replace the bootleg fences I had on my farm, and for some reason they just don't connect to blocks. After that, I noticed my cactus farm was getting kinda crazy, so I figured it was time to transform the space a little bit more. I have a plan to build something huge on top of this mountain, but for now, let's start making this area around it look a little bit nicer. Wait, that chicken is crazy with it. From days 21 to 24, I was just building. I made a big pathway going to the bottom of the hill, and then I built a new cactus farm. I also made a bunch of these walls out of wood and cobblestone, and then I tried to place some stairs. Yeah, apparently you can't do that in this version. I added a few more details to the walls, and then I added a layer of oak planks on the outside of the farm. As it was getting dark, I finished the perimeter, and I was able to take a look at my progress while waiting for the sun to rise. The lighting makes it look awful, but I'm actually happy with how it turned out so far. The house on the top has to go though, and it will in the future. On day 25, I was tired of building, but luckily it was Secret Friday and the compass was added. Yay! At the beginning of this video, I told you I was going to find the rarest item, and I never told you what it is. I mean, you could probably tell what it is, but if you can't for some reason, it's a golden apple. Now that we have a compass, I can go search for some spawners, which is the only place you can get it. We also need mossy cobblestone from a spawner for the blocks, so I'm going to go look for one of those. I found nothing on day 25, and on day 26 I was still searching for a spawner. The only difference is, this time I actually found it. Why is there no mob in the middle? It's just a spawner. I looted the chest and found nothing. I decided to mine all the mossy cobblestone in case I need it for a future build, and then I continued my search. I found a cave, so I explored that, and I also found some diamonds, and on day 27 I found more diamonds. I also found more diamonds again, and after finding those diamonds, I was able to make full diamond, so now we've officially completed one of our goals. Well, it wasn't an official goal, but it still makes me feel good, so it counts. On day 28, I found a new cave. There was nothing in it. So I found another new cave. There was nothing in it as well. So I went and found another cave. There's still nothing in any of these caves. I'm starting to understand why the golden apple is the rarest item. On cave number 4, I was able to find some more diamonds. I found like 4 veins in a matter of seconds, and it honestly looked like I did some mining off camera. I decided to make all the diamond tools, including the hoe, because I was ballin' like that. It's nether portals with the corner blocks from here on. On day 29, I actually found another spawner, but all it had was nothing again, so I decided to go back to my base. Day 30 is Secret Friday, and you might have noticed that sound was added. This update also brought us crouching and the ability to change your sensitivity, so this is a pretty W update. Oh yeah, and there are also fishing rods. They are completely useless and you can stack them, that's it. I have these objectives I need to complete, and one of these goals is to build an epic house. No offense to the house we have right now, but it's just not epic. I know I said I was going to put something better on the top of the mountain, but right now we are not doing that. Instead, we are going to build it right here, so let's start terraforming. Okay, this area is looking pretty good, so now it's time to build the house. For some reason, when I was younger, I was obsessed with these modern houses, so I'm going to be building one of those. I started to lay out a foundation for the house, starting with the pillars, and I ran out of stone pretty quickly, so I went and killed some pigs. I don't think those two are related. And then I started adding some stone slabs on the outside. So if you can't tell by now, this build is going to take a lot of stone. On day 32, would you have guessed that I started the day by mining stone? I finished the bottom layer, so I started building the pillars up even higher. After that, I filled the entire floor with wood planks except for the front section because that's going to be a garage. Why do I need a garage in my Minecraft house? I don't know. Why do you not subscribed yet? I also have to place 1 million torches on this build or we will get some unwanted visitors. The pigs are fine. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these guys. Day 33 was slightly different because instead of mining stone, I cut down a bunch of trees. I also filled in the rest of the first floor and moved on to filling in the second floor. And at the end of the day, I smelted even more stone and then I started on the roof. The roof is interesting because it's going to take me 10 times more slabs than the rest of the house. On day 34, I finished about 2 layers of the roof before it was stone mining time again. But first, let's take a look at the house. This is how the house looks right now. I think it's missing something. Today I had a method. I cut some trees before the sun went down, and then I spent the rest of the day mining cobblestone while it was dark outside. I was also killing both birds with 1 stone by strip mining to try to find diamonds. It was almost a bad idea though because, well, you can see on the video. I apologize to any blind viewers, I just landed a sick MLG and trick shot, the lava sounds were Photoshop. Day 35 is a crazy day. It's Secret Saturday. Yeah, for some reason they dropped the update on a Saturday this time. Not for me though, it's not Saturday. This update added the nether, pumpkins, the clock, fishing. Oh yeah, and the game looks completely different. This was the first update with biomes, which means different color foliage, like the grass and stuff. It also means we can finally get snow. I made a clock for some reason, and then I went down to get obsidian to visit the nether. I didn't really want to go to the nether in this version because it's kind of useless, but if you already forgot, I'm collecting every block, and there are 3 new blocks in the nether. Also, I lied on day 28. We're not building a portal with the corners. I collected some soul sand and some netherrack, and then I collected glowstone, which is super annoying because it only drops 1 dust in this version, and you need 9 of them to craft the block instead of 4. I got everything I needed from the nether, so I went back and added the 3 blocks to the chest. Now we just need to get a pumpkin and a snow block. I ended up finding snow pretty quickly, which was cool, but you might have noticed that my house has no walls, and that is because the walls are supposed to be made out of snow. So this little amount of snow up here, it's not going to cut it. We need a snow biome. I continued searching for snow and I found a pumpkin on my way there. I also found an area that had every single biome like basically connected, including a snow biome. So I started mining snow, and I mined snow. Yeah, I mined snow for the rest of this day, slowly filling my inventory with snow blocks. Even when it got dark, I was out there grinding. I was also getting harassed by spiders. After another almost full day of shoveling, I felt like it was time to go back. So on day 38, I made my way back home and added the new blocks to the chest. Oh yeah, I also had to craft a jack-o'-lantern. Apparently those existed in alpha. After adding the blocks to the chest, I had officially collected every obtainable block, and now I just need to put them somewhere to display my greatness. But first, we still have to finish the house we were working on. I finished the walls, and then I got attacked by some zombies. They're just jealous of these dirt stairs. For the rest of the day, I worked on finishing the roof, and I also added some doors to the house. Hopefully that will keep the zombies out. On the next day, it was update day, but unfortunately, this update added nothing important. As you can see, the house house is looking pretty good so far, but it still needs some windows. This is me mining the sand that is going to be used to make those windows. This time I don't have a sand addiction. I started placing some of the windows and then more of these guys showed up. I swear the second one just spawned out of thin air. These guys are out to ruin my house. On day 41, I mined sand again and I finished the first floor windows. The next day I finally finished the roof and I used the extra stone I had to put an outline around the house for some extra detail. I also got more glass, so I added some glass on the edge of this balcony and I finished the windows on the second floor. I also added some stairs up to the second floor and I added some stone railings on the side. The stone looks really bad. I'm actually going to remove it. On day 43, I took another look at the house. It's honestly looking pretty good at this point. At this point, I could say I was finished with the exterior and it was time to move on to the interior. I built a wall to create a little room at the back of the house and then I started moving some of my stuff to a storage area. I also started to replace the garage floor with gravel as a kind of a road. I don't know, there aren't many blocks in this version. The next day I cut down some wood, mined some gravel, expanded the road out a bit, and terraformed the lake in front so at least the road doesn't go into the water. Eventually the road just ends though and that makes no sense, but I don't care. Day 45 is update day and this update added only one thing: portals. Well, they were already in the game, but now you can kinda just place them. I got distracted and spammed portals everywhere, which probably isn't a good idea because I can't really break them, it takes forever. After that I built a little fishing dock on the lake and then I took a look at my progress. It's looking pretty sick. I added some stuff like this couch made out of a very comfortable material, this table, and this epic water feature. On day 46 I went back to the nether to get glowstone and the gas wouldn't leave me alone. I also don't know why I got glowstone. I don't remember using it in this build at all. I added some paintings around the house like this one, which costed me $1 billion at an auction. That's why I have two of them right beside each other. I also found some evidence of me placing the glowstone, so I guess I did use it. Next I put some flowers outside of the house, and since there are no beds in this version, I decided to make my own bed out of my favorite sleeping material, gold blocks. A full gold bed is a crazy flex. I also wanted to add a motivational quote to the wall. Something like, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," or "Opportunities don't happen, you create them." Let's get this bread. On day 48 I was pretty much finished the house, but I'm still missing a garage door, and unfortunately Home Depot doesn't exist in this version, so I have to get the stuff to build that. I wanted to make the garage door out of iron blocks, so I decided to spend the next few days caving, mainly to get a bunch of iron, but also to try to find a golden apple, because we still need that. So on day 49 I did some caving, and on day 50 I did some caving as well. This was also update day, and all it really added was coordinates, and on day 51 I was still caving, and from days 52 to 54 I caved. Now did I find a golden apple in that time? Well, let's see. During that time I found 4 spawners, and none of them had a golden apple. But I did find enough iron to finish my garage door. After that, I stared at my completed house until the sun rose, and it became day 55. It's Secret Friday, but this update added nothing. And that's kind of what there is to do today. Nothing. I obviously still need to find a golden apple, but I'm not spending the rest of the 100 days doing that. That would be boring. Instead, I think it's finally time to do something about the old boring house on top of this mountain. Okay, so basically I want to build a castle slash museum for all the blocks I collected earlier in the video, but in order to make this castle, and yes, it will literally be this castle. This is my inspiration. I need to make this hill a lot bigger. So I spent the rest of the day forming the Terra, and on day 56, that's also what I did. On day 57, I continued filling in the mountain, but I ran out of dirt, so I mined dirt for the rest of the day. And on the next day, I finished filling in the top of the mountain, but obviously the sides need to be filled too, so I started filling the sides as well. This is so fun. Man, I love filling things. I managed to fill the left side, which was the smallest, and now you can see it actually looks pretty cool. Well, it looks like a normal mountain, but that was the goal. I also finished the back side, so on day 59, it was time to start working on the big side. This side is huge, so it's probably going to take a while. I pretty much immediately fell off the side and blew a creeper, and then I went and mined more dirt because I ran out. Running out of dirt in Minecraft twice is crazy. I got griefed by skeletons while filling in the wall, and on day 60, I was finally finished filling the wall. It may not seem like it took that long because of editing, but it literally took me 5 days to make that mountain. 5 Minecraft days, just to be clear. Also, today was update day, but it still adds nothing. There were no good updates after the nether one. On day 61, I'm putting a picture of the castle on the screen again to remind you. The materials to make this castle basically don't exist, so we're going to improvise on the materials I use. If improvise means come up with a stupid idea of using clay and bricks, then I guess I improvised. Let me tell you why this was a stupid idea while footage from 4 whole Minecraft Minecraft Days plays in the background. Basically, clay is very rare. That's it. That's why it was dumb. After returning to my base on day 64, I only had 14 stacks of clay. Yeah, that definitely won't be enough to make this castle. Day 65 was the last update of Minecraft Alpha, and you guessed it. It added flying pigs. No, it actually added nothing again. Now that I had the materials for the castle, or at least I thought I did, I decided it was finally time to remove the original house. Also, I had to get rid of the grave for the sheep, whatever his name was. Is this messed up? After removing the house, it was time to start making the gate at the front of the castle. I'm pretty sure I finished building up these pillars out of clay, and on the next day I put some cobblestone on the roof of them. Okay, that looks really bad. I tried to fix the pillar, but it somehow looked even worse, so I just put it back to how it was. After that, I started making the wall. The next day I did the same thing, until I realized that smelting clay takes forever, so I started building those castle wall type things on the top. Next I decided to make a side building out of snow. I have no idea why I did this, I don't have much snow left. I also started building this tower, except instead of being white, I'm making it out of wood, because wood is easy to get. I ran out of wood. At least wood is easy to get because on day 69 I just mined wood all day. I also didn't make a day 69 joke because I'm not immature and childish. Day 70 I was mining stone, and that's basically what I did for the next 2 days, mixed with some more wood mining. It's also kind of funny because I thought this would be my last time mining materials. Day 72 I built up some oak log pillars on the side of the tower, and then I built the tower up. This continued into day 63 where I also started placing some slabs on the side for detail. But while I was doing that, tragedy struck. I tried to build a little room on the top of the tower, but then I realized I hit the height limit. Yeah, apparently the height limit in Minecraft Alpha is only 128 blocks. So for the rest of the day I mined everything down, and then I did everything I just did and built a room in the middle with another ugly cobblestone roof on the top. On day 74, the tower was finished. I decided to work on another side building, and at this point it's been almost 20 days and I haven't even started the main castle yet. I don't understand how I keep missing every MLG. I took a quick break to cook some food, and by the end of the day I was finished building the side building. So on day 75, it was finally time to start building the main building. I built some stairs for the entrance, and then I started building up the front wall. This is what I had near the end of the day. It's kinda dark. On day 76, I put a roof on the castle, and then I started working on a little building on the side. This is the last building, I swear. This building was basically the same as the other ones, and after finishing it, I decided to add a tower coming from the middle of the building. I'm using stone this time. I'm never mining another piece of clay again. I spent the rest of the day building the tower, and things were starting to look good. So the next day I placed some walls on the other sides, and then I made the roof of the castle a little bit longer. I don't really remember why. On day 78 I ran out of wood. Honestly, I'm surprised it even lasted this long. And while chopping trees, I got to take a look at the castle from afar. Yeah, that will probably look good when it's finished. This was also the day that I decided to turn the Minecraft music on. I don't think I've ever once listened to the music in Minecraft. I would usually just get my ears blasted after opening my game, and then I would disable it. But something about this Minecraft music just hits different when you are playing the oldest version. On day 79, I built a stone tower on the other side of the main building. By now you've probably seen too many walls. I've done a lot of placing walls. So just know that I was pretty much finished the exterior at the end of the day, so I did a quick castle check again. Pretty much the same as before. On day 80, I finished building the right side tower, and I actually completely finished the exterior. It looks kinda dumb because of the clouds, but this shot is too good not to put in the video. The next day I started filling the floors with wood, and I started with the second floor, which was easy because I left space for a little balcony thing to look over the first floor. There are going to be 4 floors in total, and I finished both the second and third floor pretty quickly, so I moved on to the first floor, which was kind of funny because there is a giant cave underneath the floor that got created when I terraformed the mountain. On day 82 I was still filling in the first floor because it was a full floor, and then unfortunately I ran out of wood again. I remember saying on like day 70 that this would be my last time getting materials, which just wasn't true at all. But somehow I'm not really bothered by this. Everything is just so slow in Minecraft Alpha, but for some reason I've enjoyed playing this version so much more than any modern version of Minecraft. I mean, I've been working on a single build for almost 30 Minecraft days, which is like 10 hours in real time, and I'm not even finished. Yet it's the most fun I've had playing survival in probably like ever. On day 83 I was back to filling in the floor. I finished filling in the final floor, which was was extra annoying because there were clouds flying through my face every 2 seconds. The next day I finished flooring the other rooms that weren't in the main building of the castle, and then I added some windows on one of the side buildings to give it some extra detail. The problem with these windows is that they don't have windows in them though. So to keep the medieval theme, I want to use fences as windows. I was totally wrong about using fences as windows. For some reason they don't connect to the blocks. So instead I just added some railings on the inside of the building, and then I decided to just use glass to make the windows. The only problem was I only had 10 glass and 38 sand, so it was sand mining time. On day 85 I added some interior to the front towers while waiting for my glass to smelt, and then I placed windows all around the castle. So many windows you can call me Bill Gates. No one should actually do that. After that I finished the interior from the beginning of the day, and I also might have accidentally killed a pig. Technically I didn't touch him, this one isn't on me. I needed snow for one of the first buildings I made, so on day 86 I went looking for some snow. There's something about this version that just reminds me of the first time I played Minecraft. In one of my earliest memories of playing Minecraft, I had like this creative world which I built a giant castle in. Well, it probably wasn't giant, I was like 9 or 10 years old, but I would work on this build every day, and one day I remember I somehow died in my creative world. Don't even ask how that is possible. And I completely lost my builds because I didn't know what the chords were. So I just cried for hours and hours over losing my Minecraft world. I was loving the craft so much that I cried over Minecraft. On day 87 I filled in the snow on the wall, and then I used the extra snow to fill in the parts on top of the castle that I never filled in. After that I worked on finishing the brick wall, which is funny because it was the first thing I built on the castle and it's the last thing that got finished. I also added a gravel path going towards the entrance, and then I threw in some fences for extra detail. I made a fountain in the middle of the courtyard, I think is what they call it, and it took me forever to make this water flow properly because I'm stupid. I added some glowstone on top of these fences, but I ran out, so instead I put torches like this on the other ones to light up the area. On day 89 I put a farm and some flowers in front of the castle, and then for the final part of the build, I started building a mixed cobblestone and mossy cobblestone wall on the side. I've officially finished the castle. It took me 35 days to build this. I want to say it doesn't even look that bad considering the limitations of building in Minecraft Alpha. It definitely looks better than the modern house, no offense. I just said no offense to myself. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. It's definitely better than anything I could have built when I was 10 years old. We should also probably get rid of this pillar in the top right, but it's been there since day 1, so at this point I'm just going to leave it. Now obviously I built this castle with a purpose, and that was to put all the blocks I collected earlier on display. So I placed a bunch of lame blocks on the first floor, and then I put some slightly better ones on the second floor, and then some decent blocks got put on the third floor, and finally I placed the most wicked blocks on the top floor. Obsidian, mossy cobblestone, iron block, gold block, and diamond block. And that's it. That's every block in Minecraft Alpha in a museum. Now you might have thought we've done it all because I built a castle, but you might remember that I still have one objective left. I still need to find the golden apple. Now this castle took forever to build, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we have enough time to find a golden apple, but we have to try. I ended up traveling thousands of blocks and went through a bunch of spawners trying, but honestly I kind of hoped I didn't find the golden apple. Because for one, this would just seem scripted if I find it on day 99, but also finding a golden apple doesn't actually mean anything to me. I mean, after all, this is Minecraft Alpha. There is no objective in the game. No Ender Dragon, no achievements. Other than a slight outline of what you're supposed to do, you really can do anything. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. So on day 99, I didn't find a spawner, but I did return to my base. And on day 100, I did the corniest thing you can do at the end of a 100 days video. I watched the sunrise one final time, completely naked. Well, Steve has clothes on by default, but you get what I mean. And at the end of the day, I decided to visit my old Minecraft world from when I was 10. Okay, I don't think this is the same one, but it's the replacement world for the one that I lost. And as you can see, there was a castle. It was much better than the one I built today, obviously. I mean, look at this genius architecture. I spent the rest of the day looking around at all the amazing things I built, and I even found a sign hidden in all this mess. Burger King. This is supposed to be Burger King. Yeah, that says a lot. 3 things are guaranteed in life. Life, death, and a 2-week Minecraft phase. I hate the term 2-week Minecraft phase, but I am technically in that phase because I recently got the urge to continue this world from my last 100 days, which means it's time to upgrade my base using a limited block palette, spend a ton of time collecting every new block and item even though there aren't that many in the game, and even complete a brand new objective. I wonder what that is, because this is 100 more days, this time in Minecraft Beta.
Wait, why is it day 103? That's you. You just thought that. Basically, I made this video like 6 months ago, and that was technically day 100 to 103. And during that time, I made a cake, a dispenser, a note block, sandstone, found spruce and birch logs, and got every color of wool. Because that was all the new blocks added in the first update. Okay, yeah, I'm forgetting one, which is the lapis block. I did manage to find some lapis, but I couldn't find enough to make an entire block. I only had 5 left over after making all the wool. Mainly because lapis is super rare in this version, and also only drops 1 lapis. So that's where we are at the end of day 103. Lapisless. Staring at the moon on a Friday night, no lapis. Even he is having a better time than me. I want to dig out an area to put a basement inside of this castle, but first I have to take care of the creeper problem I have in my house. Unfortunately, the exterminator wasn't added yet, so I had to take care of the problem myself. But soon enough, I was able to start digging out an area for the basement. I want to put a museum in this basement. Kinda like last time, except it's a museum of different things. What goes in the museum? Well, you just have to wait and see. Near the end of day 104, I dug out the area I needed to dig and filled most of the floor in with wood planks. I say most because on day 105 I ran out of wood. So I exited my house like the Kool-Aid Man and went to cut down some trees. It's only 5 days in and I'm already mining wood again. But don't worry, I planted all the trees back. At night I went back into the house and placed a lot more wood and broke even more blocks and killed more creepers. Unfortunately, I started this video off with the most boring thing ever, but it had to be done. So enjoy some cool effects to keep you watching. I will also add some Minecraft parkour gameplay, Subway Surfers, satisfying videos, mobile games. Look guys, the basement is done, and we still don't know what it's for. Of course, we still had to replace some old blocks that I placed, add an actual floor, and on day 107, I fixed some problems that I caused by making the basement, and I added some stairs, more stairs, fences on the outside. Fences on top of fences would be wrong though. I mean, why would they ever add that to the game? And by the end of the day, it was actually kind of complete. So now I can finally explain to you why I built a basement. But first, let's take a walk to beat up some sheep. My earliest memory of playing Minecraft was at my friend's house on an iPod Touch. Back then, you would spawn with 9 blocks in your hotbar, and you could build stuff. That was it. I didn't know it then, but playing Minecraft on the iPod was a slippery slope. After that, I became addicted to Minecraft. So I'm building an iPod in slot 1 of the museum. And this is a Minecraft history museum, but like, for me. So every 10 days, I will add something to the museum to represent my time playing Minecraft. And this is the first one. Nope, that's not right at all. The glass looks terrible. And this is the first one. Along with adding to the museum, every 10 days I'm gonna update the game as well. So this is beta 1.2. We're gonna update to 1.3, 1.4, all the way to the last update in beta. Also, beta 1.1 barely added anything, that's why I'm starting on beta 1.2. On day 109, I traveled far away from home. I'm pretty sure I was looking for lapis, if you remember the problem from earlier. I thought I found a cave with a spawner in it, but it was just some skeletons. I also ran into some squids, in the wrong place. And yeah, by the end of day 109, I still had no lapis. Day 110 is update day, and things look a little bit different. Beta 1.3 added smooth lighting. Along with that, we got redstone repeaters, cobblestone, wood, and sandstone slabs, this painting, sulfur renamed to gunpowder, lapis actually dropping more than 1, and something really funny. We also got evil. Evil was added, and you'll see why in a bit. I started the day off by climbing a gapped ladder because this is the last time you can do that. After this, ladders become normal forever. And I was pretty excited that beds got added in this update, but I was even more excited that we can finally get our lapis. You know, I remember finding lapis when I was a kid, and I thought it was diamonds. Now I see why. This was the funny thing that got added, by the way. You can use F3 to give mobs name tags, and there's a certain reason that this can be very useful. Unfortunately, I didn't get cocoa beans or a golden apple out of these chests. Those are the 2 things that I still need to find, that spawn in dungeons. I mined some redstone that takes forever to mine, and I only did it so that I can show you the black redstone. And after that, I finally ended the search for lapis. It would have been so much easier if it just dropped this many the first time. I ended the day off with my first time ever sleeping in this world, and on day 111, I started strip mining. Now, obviously, I would never cheat and look for mob name tags with F3. Nah, I was just looking to see how much FPS I was getting. I mined some gold, which actually ended up being useful later. Then I magically found more mobs while strip mining. I don't know how this wasn't a spawner. I spent the rest of the day strip mining even more, and then my game crashed. You would expect old versions of Minecraft to work perfectly. The problem is though that the game only saved my location and not the blocks I broke, so I was stuck in a wall with nothing I could do. So now I've died twice, once to slimes and once to the new terrain generator. 2 very awesome deaths. This time we have a problem though, because I don't know if my stuff will actually be there. So I took some random stuff that I had and started walking to the place I died, right after a quick sleep break so I don't have to deal with mobs. So on day 112 I started walking to where I died, and I never mentioned that I died like 3,000 blocks away from my spawn, so it's gonna take a while. Wow, that didn't take a long time at all. When I got to the death location, I actually got really lucky, because all my stuff was actually in a hole that I dug out while I was stuck in a wall. Luckily this death wasn't as bad as it could have been. Don't ask me how I know that. They call that foreshadowing. For the rest of the day, I was now careful to avoid randomly crashing. I found a nice 1 vein of diamonds, then I got shot at by a couple of dudes in my cave, found more diamonds, ended world hunger except for lapis, and slept in a bed in the middle of a cave. On day 113, I mined some diamonds pretty early on, mined even more diamonds, burned a creeper alive. In-game YouTube, don't demonetize me. And then I went to the surface, to mine wood. This is really all that Minecraft Beta has to offer. But this wood is actually important, because I needed this for a project later on in the video. But right now on day 113, I did not know that, so I don't know why I was mining wood. I finished deforesting and started to make my way back home. But first I had to dig a hole in the wall so I didn't have to walk alone at night. You never know what kind of creepers you'll find out there. On day 114 I found them, and I also actually went home this time. Can someone tell me why I just took fall damage in water? I'm still punching sheep for wool at this point, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing is cool about this terrain anymore. I've walked back and forth 100 times. We made it back to the home just as it turned nighttime. That goes to show just how long it takes me to find new chunks. I finally crafted the lapis block that we should have had 10 days ago. I also made a redstone repeater, and I already made the slabs, I guess. I don't know, they're already in the chest. We have the chest now, because I ran out of spots in the museum. On day 115, I found out why I mined all that wood. I was using it to make a pattern on the floor in my museum, but I didn't realize it looks exactly the same as oak wood, so I could have just used oak. I added some accents to the floor as well, and I basically became an interior designer. This looks a lot better than just plain wood, I think. I didn't have enough wool to finish the other side though, so it was back to bullying sheep. And when it was dark out, I visited the nether for some glowstone. Why does that not work? I managed to get my glowstone, which still only drops 1 glowstone per block, and I just realized that this looks like a snowball for some reason. If you remember last time, there was a huge gas problem, and that certainly has not changed. The problem is, I didn't have a flint and steel though, so I couldn't let them break my portal or I wouldn't be able to get back. So that is why I dug a hole in this mountain. This could have turned out really bad. On day 116, I was back to hunting sheep. I'm pretty sure looking for wool was one of the hardest activities in this video, because even though it doesn't look like it, sheep were very rare. You know what wasn't rare though? This stupid glitch. This had to have happened to me hundreds of times during this video, and I still have no idea what was causing it. After an entire 10 minutes of hunting for sheep, I had enough wool to finish the floor of the museum. You probably don't even notice the difference from before, but I think it was worth it, and that's all that matters. On day 117, I wanted to make a pathway connecting the castle to my old house over there, but first I needed to go and find some coal. Yeah, I was out of coal. For some reason, when I think back to old times playing Minecraft, I remember I used to play MCSG with my friends all night on my terrible 20 FPS PC in my living room. I don't think I ever won a game back then, but there was one time that I remember killing a guy with full iron, and I thought I was a god. I don't think I'll ever have an achievement as great as that again, which is why I built a small version of that one big island on Breeze Island, because I always remember going there thinking there would be good loot. It never worked. Day 118, it was time to grind. I have a plan to completely transform this whole area in the middle of my 2 houses, and that starts with building a pathway that connects them both. So I was digging out a bunch of holes in the ground, and then I filled them with a mix of cobblestone, gravel, and regular stone. And that's basically all that happened today. That's it. By nighttime I was mining gravel though because I ran out, and then on day 119, I was back to work. I did want to finish this thing before the update day though, so I had to go fast. So I added a timer timer on screen to make sure we're on pace. I finished filling in the whole thing with a lot of time to spare, but I still had to get some wood to put up some light posts on the side. By the time it turned night, we were placing down some light posts, and we actually finished that part pretty fast, but there's still a problem. We're not connected to the house yet. So basically I had to make an entire boardwalk that connected to the old fishing dock I made. Now you're probably wondering if this was pace for world record. Nah, unfortunately we only got the planks down, not the logs on the side. And also, this is technically day 120. It's light out, which means it's Secret Friday. They're not called that anymore. Cookies, wolves, and pink and brown sheep were added in this update. You can also now obtain cocoa beans in dungeon chests, and locked chests are added if your world date is set to April 1st. So obviously we're gonna go look for a locked chest, because it's definitely April 1st. See, the problem with finding a locked chest is that we have to go thousands of blocks out into new chunks. Again. And I also tamed a dog because they were added in the update. Hey bro, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. In normal Minecraft, taming your dog before you travel 2,000 blocks isn't a problem. But in Minecraft Beta, where your dog is very stupid, it's not as good of an idea. Yeah, there you go. How hard was that? This dog really annoyed me, and on day 121, it wasn't getting any better. Bringing the dog into a cave proved to be an even worse challenge. Why are you fighting it? Where are you going, bro? And after witnessing the most incredibly stupid thing ever, I realized it was time to bring the dog home. My plan to bring the dog home was through the Nether. How is that? What? Whoa. Now what is the difference between this portal and the other one? Anyways, I figured the plan to bring the dog through the Nether was pretty smart. Until on day 122, I realized that dogs can't go through the Nether. So now I was stuck bringing this dumb dog all the way back. Or I could go back through the Nether, back to my home portal, and have the dog teleport to me there. So for the rest of day 122, I walked back to my house. And even though it was only a couple hundred blocks away, with all the ghasts, it felt like it took forever. Throughout this whole time, I still never found an April Fool's chest. Also, my hole in the mountain did not work this time. When going back through the portal, I expected my dog to teleport to me, but no, it could never be that easy. On day 123, I broke the game by switching the date back from April 1st. Well, I didn't really break it, all I had to do was restart my game. And then I had to go back through the Nether to get to the dog. Again. Now you know why getting a dog was a stupid idea. Next time we'll just get a chinchilla or something. I got back through the portal and the dog was still there, unfortunately. So now we dig a nice staircase for the dog to follow us back up to surface. And we almost drowned the dog by digging it into a water pool. And finally the dog is back on surface. So on day 124, we walk back to the house while mining wood. The wood is for the bridge I was building at the end of day 119, if you forgot about that, because of the dog stuff. I made a boat to travel across this large ocean, and everything was fine until I traveled 1,000 blocks in the ocean and the dog didn't teleport to me. So on day 125, I had to go back the other way to find the dog, until I finally loaded the chunk it was in, so it teleported back to me. Yeah, we're just sticking to land now. I'm not going in the water with the dog ever again. Finally, after what felt like years, I could see the castle, and the dog was finally in the house. The dog days are over. Yeah, you are gonna sit here forever. Since the dog was so stupid, I gave it a name. Real ones will understand. On day 126, I had enough of venturing out to the new chunks, so I stayed here to finish the dock that we started building 7 days ago. 7 whole days of dealing with the dog. What even is Minecraft Beta? I wanted to finish placing all these logs, but I ran out of wood. So it's a good time to cut down more trees. Anytime is a good time to cut down trees except night. Nighttime tree cutting is evil. Near the end of the day, I went back to placing the logs, and I finished the day by placing some torches on top. We're sleeping on the gold bed tonight. We deserve it. On day 127, I took a look at the dock for about 1 second before I went back to the Nether again. I wanted to make a tunnel that connected my home portal to the portal in the new chunks, so for the whole day all I did was dig, and dig, and dig, until I made it to the portal. And for the rest of the day I explored the cave that I was originally exploring with the dog, because I wanted to find a dungeon so I could find some cocoa beans, because I hadn't found cocoa beans yet. I don't know what was up with all the creepers in my cave. Seriously, this is way too many. And I also don't know what was up with all the diamonds. This was the only vein I found. And on day 128, I thought I for sure had found a spawner. But no, it was just a bunch of random mobs. And that was the closest thing to a spawner that I found the whole time. So we're headed back home empty-handed. No cocoa beans today. But it doesn't technically matter because the old museum was for blocks, not for items. As you can see, it's a lot more peaceful traveling through a tunnel in the nether. I would say I will miss seeing 50 ghasts in the sky, but I won't. Back at the house, I put some stuff back into these chests, and then I stared out the window, waiting for it to change to day. I already told you that I used to play Minecraft on a 30 FPS PC, but that was only temporary. You see, I was moving up in the world after buying a $400 laptop. A $400 laptop nowadays probably wouldn't even run the game, but back then I was getting good FPS and I could even record. After getting FPS, I became an SG sweat and I gained 400 subs on YouTube. I mean, that's aura, bro. 400 subs, I was pretty much famous. So I dedicated this room to my old laptop. This is supposed to be my laptop, and this is a custom YouTube play button for 400 subs. I won't tell you what this is though, but if you know, you know. For the rest of the day, I added some slabs to the side of my pathway, and I tried to bone meal the ground, but I think I'm ahead of my time. So I watched the sun rise again, but this time you can see my progress. Not very much is different yet. Day 130, it's time to phase through the floor. In this update, they added birch and spruce saplings. You can wear a pumpkin backwards. They added detector rails, which I still have no idea what they are used for, and powered rails, which will be very useful for us. Weather has been added. You can finally shift-click stuff, and that's it. There's definitely not something huge that I was forgetting in this update. The reason the powered rails are useful is because I'm gonna build a railroad connecting the two portals. So right now I'm counting how many rails I need to see how much iron to get. I don't remember how much that was, so the number is anywhere between 1 and 1 million. I built a pillar up here so I can easily find my portal when I leave the area, and then I left the area to find a cave to start mining iron, which is why on day 131, I was trying to collect birch and spruce saplings since they just got added, something that absolutely has to do with getting iron. Okay, so maybe I forgot that I cut down trees first and then got iron, but that's what happens when you go through almost 30 hours of gameplay. You forget everything. I, just like you, feel like I'm watching this footage for the first time, assuming you weren't looking through my window while I was playing. You weren't, right? Once again, I have no idea how much iron I was getting. I know it was at least 2 stacks, so we're not quite there yet. And at the end of the day, we were still not there yet. On day 132, I mined a lot of iron, then I almost died. Mined more iron. Pretty sure I mined way more than the recommended daily intake. But it's okay though, because we got enough iron to build the roller coaster. So what do you do after you mine a lot of iron? You go to sleep, and then you wake up inside of a wall with absolutely no way to get out. And the best part of it is, since you apparently can't put your bed there, you respawn back at your house. Luckily, I installed a tunnel that connects to a portal close to where I was, so it's not the exact same situation as before, but what if I told you that my stuff magically disappeared? Yeah, it was nowhere to be found. So all that iron I just mined, we have to do it again. But first, here I am digging all the way down, thinking my loot might have glitched at the bottom, but after realizing it didn't, I was stuck getting all my stuff back. You should have just killed me. Tired of using one singular torch, I went back up to the surface. It's not the best living situation out here. There's a lot of dead people with bows and arrows. At least I had one pork chop though, so we weren't fully at risk of dying again. I slowly got more stuff as the night went on, got jump scared by a creeper, and after all that, on day 134, I survived my first night in Minecraft. Don't try to understand that sentence. Since losing my stuff, I was determined to get it all back. So I started farming some birch trees to get the saplings, and at night I farmed some spruce trees for saplings. And you may have noticed that this is the first time there has been rain in this world, and I didn't like that. So I slept the night away in a bed with all the edges cut out. Day 135, I finished my tree collection. Who knew that getting these saplings would end up being so important? At this point, I'm getting bored of this whole situation, so it's a good thing that I went back to the nether, because now we can go back home and get some actual tools and stuff. It's kinda crazy that we only have 13 diamonds left now because of this. We're also eating bread now. It's come down to this. Hey, at least I don't have to pay Minecraft taxes anymore. On day 136, I had to go get all the iron I mined before again, but this time I ended up in the original cave from the first 100 days. How are they still here? I honestly think that death happened for a reason, because it allowed me to find a spawner underneath my home base. No cocoa beans though. But now I can use this spawner to make an XP farm in the future. Or I can use this one, which I found right beside it. Once again, there's no cocoa beans. It only took me till the end of day 136 to get all the iron again. And then on day 137, I blew up a creeper. I don't know why I decided to include that. I made my way up to the surface, and then I entered the castle. I had to smelt all the iron before I could make the rails, but luckily you don't have to wait for that. Only I do. I made my way back into the nether, and now it's time for the most interesting segment ever. It was actually kind of annoying trying to make a staircase out of the rails. Now that I think of it, I probably could have just put the home portal underground as well. But I didn't, so I was stuck with this. It took me about 5 minutes to actually finish the staircase, which isn't that bad. And the straight line was much easier to make. All I had to do was remember to place a powered rail every 7 rails. So on day 138, I was finished making the railroad. Now we just have to see if it works. Of course it didn't work. To be fair, it's been at least 10 years since I built one of these things, so you can't blame me for forgetting how they work. Well, actually you can. I don't know who else you would blame. Alright, now the track will work. It's time for take 2. Well, we're not getting that back. Okay, really? Why did it... Obviously the railroad worked this way because there is barely any uphill, but will it work the other way? We were so close. Okay, now it has to work. There's no way it doesn't work. I'm not even gonna... Well, at least we now know it works. Finally. On day 139, I just wanted to make a few upgrades to the home area, because we're still doing that. So I planted some of the saplings we got earlier, all around the path. Who knew the saplings that I collected 3 times would actually be useful? I realized I placed way too many of them though, so I had to remove a couple. Next I grabbed some stone I was smelting, and I used it to make some rocks around the side of the path as well. This has to be one of my favorite builds, even though it's just a rock. I feel like the rocks add so much to the area. Minecraft should have natural rocks. I continued placing rocks all around the path like this, and I even thought I was cooking by adding some rocks inside of the water. Yeah, that definitely looks pretty cool. Today's museum installation is dedicated to when all my friends quit Minecraft, except for me. This is supposed to be me, and the wool symbolizes the people who quit. Yeah, the quality of these is really going downhill. It was sad times when I was 12. Playing Minecraft was no longer cool. But you know what is cool? Update day. We got the dead bush, tall grass, the fern, trapdoors, maps. You can bone meal grass now. The suffocating bed glitch is fixed. There's no more hit cooldown finally. And crashing into soul sand with a boat apparently kills you. So first I had to craft the new items. Alright, we got a map now. Don't know why I would need to use this. And I had to test out the soul sand boat glitch. Okay, nah, this is crazy. Where are you even coming from? So I put all my items away in case something weird happened, like with the bed, but as it turns out, nothing happens at all. Something I also noticed about this update and the next one is that they don't show up in the top left of the screen. So this is beta 1.6 if anyone was wondering. I started off the day by bone mealing the area in the middle of my castle. I wanted to do this for a long time. How did it take this long to invent bone meal? And I also started bone mealing the area outside of the castle as well. There was a problem though. We don't have that much bone meal. So that's where the spawners from earlier come in. One of them was a skeleton spawner, so I can use it to farm bone meal. So we gotta find the spawner. It's also kind of funny that I'm doing this right after making a roller coaster. It's like 2 of the most classic things to do in old Minecraft. On day 141, I found the skeleton spawner, which means we can start turning this into a skeleton farm. Except I have no idea how. Bro's been playing Minecraft for over 10 years and can't make a mob farm. Fortunately, the old mob farm design looks pretty easy to make though. First, you gotta dig out a 9x9 area around the spawner. Then you gotta leave an indent in the floor for the water to flow to. And when that's all mined out, you make a little hole here. And now we just need water on each side. Next, you make a little area to hit the mobs. And finally, you fall into the farm to test it out. I obviously did that on purpose. After making the farm, I sat here farming some bone meal. Eventually I got smart and put a slab here though, so the skeletons can't hit me. And I literally just sat here farming skeletons for the rest of the day. That's it. On the next day I started building a ladder to the surface so I could get in and out of this place. And of course the spawner was underwater, so I nearly drowned. Then I built this pillar on top of it so I'll always know where it is. Next I wanted to use all the bone meal I farmed around the path like this. It's better to do this in the day and farm skeletons at night. You also might have noticed a lot of bald sheep in the last few clips. I want to make one of those red and white lighthouses on top of the mob spawner, but I need a lot of wool to do that, so I've been punching sheep whenever I get the chance. Towards the end of the day, I brought some ladders back to the spawner so I could finish the ladder. I also added some torches because it gets very dark. Then I spent the rest of the day hitting skeletons. On day 143, I started to build a shape for the lighthouse. I also found out you can't re-dye wool, so that makes this even harder. I'm only looking for white sheep from now on. I didn't like how this turned out, so I rebuilt it a little smaller, but this is literally all the wool we have right now, so we need a bit more. So my day was just dedicated to punching sheep, and each day I only have 10 minutes to do this because passive mobs only spawn at night. I also have to collect a lot of red flowers because half of the lighthouse has to be red wool, so with only 43 wool by the end of the day, I had a little bit of a problem. So on day 144 I kept punching sheep, and by the middle of the day I started expanding the lighthouse a little bit more, and I even got started on the red section. I ran out of wool pretty fast though, so yeah. On day 145, I woke up inside of a mountain. We now only have 5 more days to finish the lighthouse. I continued building the red layer of the house, and then I moved on to another white layer. But there was a problem. We're still not even halfway done. On day 146, I realized there was a problem. The lighthouse looks terrible. So I tried placing more red wool, because I thought it would make it better. Is it better? It's not better. That doesn't matter for right now though, because I need more wool. And you probably wouldn't believe it, but I spent the rest of the day getting 0 more wool. So on day 147, I realized something had to be done. Instead of using white wool, we should just use snow blocks instead. I didn't really want to use snow because of how hard it was for me to use it before, but now with the portal that takes me to new chunks, it's way easier than finding sheep. So I spent the rest of the day mining snow, and at the end of the day I went back home, finally with enough materials to complete this build. The thing about this lighthouse is that it currently looks really bad, so I had to spend the first part of the day dismantling it. And this was in the last version before they added shears, so it takes forever to mine wool. So you would think I wouldn't start building it again, only to change my mind again. No, I wouldn't do that. I spent the rest of the day building the actual lighthouse this time, and instead of all that weird curvature, I decided to make it a cylinder. And then I made the last area stick out a bit, kind of like a Mario pipe. And after running out of red wool, this is what we had. It's obviously still not finished. I spent the rest of the day collecting red flowers in the rain, and at the end of the day, I switched the Mario pipe design because it looked goofy, and because I also didn't have enough red wool to finish it. Next I added slabs on the outside of it like this, then I made the light at the top of the lighthouse. Okay, I know the torches look stupid, I'll change it to glowstone later. We'll put a few more slabs on the top, and this is what took us 7 or 8 days to build, literally only because of the rarity of wool. On day 149, it was still raining, but at least I could get back to bone mealing finally. It's funny that I have to bone meal literally everything because there was no tall grass at the beginning of this world. Also, by this point, a lot of the trees had grown too, so that was pretty cool. Eventually the rain stopped, which is interesting because I thought it lasts a lot longer, and I ran out of bone meal again. But at least most of the area is bone mealed now. I did kind of forget to add an interior to the lighthouse, so I spent the rest of the day doing that. Part of the lighthouse got blown up by a creeper, which wasn't annoying at all. It was so unannoying that I had to go all the way back to my house to get more snow blocks to fix it. And then it was nighttime, so I was kind of worried about it happening again. But we were okay, so I finished this staircase to the top, and now the lighthouse is actually finished. Even though I don't want to include it, it would be messed up not to put UHC in the museum, because I spent a lot of time playing UHC when I was younger. If you don't know what UHC is, consider yourself lucky. But yeah, I built a big heart for UHC. Not because I love UHC, it's a hardcore heart for UHC. But yeah, now we're 50% of the way through my Minecraft life. Only 50 more days to go. Day 150 is a special update. Some people consider it to be the best version of Minecraft ever. It's beta 1.7.3. Time to see what this version is all about. It added pistons, sticky pistons, shears, silverfish. You can finally build on fences. Apparently this is the first version you need flint and steel to blow up TNT. I never knew that. And the last version of the game to feature the Farlands. So it's time to go there. It's only a few blocks away. This is also the only beta version that you can still download the Faithful texture pack for, so we're gonna be using it for the next few days. Okay, I forgot you need Optifine. After only 10 minutes of Optifine installing, we now have the texture pack. It is based off the new textures though, so it's not the original Faithful. But whatever, this took way too long. I'm not looking for the old one. You might remember me saying I forgot something very important 20 days ago on update day. Yeah, I completely forgot achievements were added, in like beta 1.5. So today I decided to grind achievements. The first ones were simple. I just had to make a sword and a hoe. Then I decided to do the one where I have to cook a fish. It's a good thing I had one singular fish in this chest. I cooked the fish and that was another achievement done, and for the next achievement I killed a mob. Some very hard achievements were missing. I also found a pink sheep for the first time during this day, and yes, I resisted the urge to punch it. Or what if I didn't, and I just cut it out? One of the achievements was just to craft a piece of bread, kind of ironic when I have 3 pieces of bread in my inventory already. And on day 151, I tried to milk a cow to make a cake. I'm pretty sure you literally have to click the udder in this version. There's an achievement to ride a pig off a cliff, but I forgot you can't control the pig at all. And the only way off the pig is killing it and losing a saddle. There's a lot of weird stuff in this version. Even weirder, I stared at a chicken for like 5 minutes, waiting for it to lay an egg. I'm not exaggerating, by the way, this actually took 5 minutes. But that was the last ingredient for the cake achievement, which leaves 2 more achievements left. Compared to all the other achievements, the last 2 are actually hard. The first achievement is to ride a minecart 1,000 meters. I thought you could just ride the minecart back and forth and it would count as more distance, but apparently that is not the way this works. So I rode a minecart back and forth for the rest of the day for nothing. This led me to try the other achievement on day 152, which is riding a pig off a cliff. At first I was confused on how to do this, but I found out you can still punch the pig while you're riding it. So this achievement wasn't actually that hard, because I didn't have to rely on the pig to jump off. But the next achievement was an actual menace. For the next achievement to work, I actually have to ride a minecart 1,000 meters. I'm not allowed to double back on existing rails, they all have to be different. The obvious solution for this is just to build a 1,000 block long railroad, but knowing how long that would take, I was out here trying to find different methods. The problem was that none of these methods actually worked. So as it turns out, I'm going to have to expand this track 700 more blocks. 652 actually, according to the sign. So that means it's back to grinding iron again. Look at me. You can see that I was still in denial. Since it was my only option, I spent the rest of the day grinding iron. Once again, I have no memory of how much iron I actually needed, I just know it was over 2 stacks. Fortunately, due to locking in, at the end of the day I had enough iron. Or at least you would think that, because I was heading back to my base. No, I actually just gave up on the iron mission. I don't remember why. On day 153, I smelted a bunch of gold and iron, and I turned all of it into rails. I then began the long journey of digging a strip mine all the way to Z1000. It's crazy how if there was enchants, I could have done this pretty much instantly. But no, this took a massive amount of time, straight from the beginning to the end of the day. And after that, I had to start placing the rails all the way back to where we started. This didn't take nearly as long though, because I didn't actually have that many rails. So I ran out of rails like 250 blocks in, which meant I needed to get 400 more rails. It takes 6 iron to make 16 rails, which means we need about 150 iron to make all our rails. Obviously less than that because some of the rails are going to be powered rails, but this isn't a math channel, so 150 iron it is. So on day 154, I grinded iron a little bit, but this cave was already pretty explored, so I went to surface to find another one. And once I found another one, I just mined more iron. That's the whole day. It's just iron and creepers. On day 155, I started finding some blue iron as well. There was also a spawner with no cocoa beans in it, also no golden apple, but I've given up on that entirely. And at the end of the day, I had way more than 150 iron, so one of us calculated wrong, either me or me in the video. On day 156, I finally went back to surface. Now that we have shears, I can shear sheep instead of punching them. I found the way back to my portal pretty easy enough, and back at home, it was time to smelt a ton of iron. After smelting the iron, this is how many rails we ended up with. That's at least 10. And now begins the slow, boring process of laying them all on the ground. But not as a viewer, you just get to experience the finished railroad. So on day 157, I rode the railroad 1,000 blocks, and did not get the achievement. At this point, I thought it was broken, so the best thing I could do, obviously, was extend the railroad out even more. I also ran out of redstone, so I was using levers to activate the rails now. So after adding like 100 more blocks, I tested the railroad again. And yeah, this time it actually worked. I'm guessing it only counted the blocks on one axis and not the other, but now I was officially done with every achievement in beta 1.7.3, which is crazy because the actual current all advancements record is not much longer than it took me to do this. That's kind of concerning. Now that I had nothing to do, on day 158, I started cutting down a bunch of trees. You remember the bridge we built to my house like 30 days ago? Well, now I wanted to make one that connects the house to the lighthouse as well. So to do this, I needed to get a ton of wood. So that's what I did for the rest of the day. I got wood. This is the most common day in Minecraft beta. What's not common though is a squid in your water fountain. I actually need the ink sacks though, so I'll take it. On day 159, I started to build the plank part of the bridge. I decided to be a little different and make the bridge curve this time though. I did mess up and make this bridge only 3 blocks wide instead of 4 like the last one, but considering the fact that I didn't notice that until now, I think we're fine. I bet you didn't know that I deleted my YouTube channel once before. Not this one. Obviously not this one. But remember when I talked about my YouTube channel with 400 subs? When I was in like 8th grade, my YouTube channel got compromised. People in my school found my channel. I don't know about now, but back then, people finding your Minecraft channel was the end of the world. Even though looking back on it, no one actually cared. But back then, I thought it was over. So that was the end of my YouTube journey. I guess I'll never hit 1,000,000 subs. That's why I made this black play button. Okay, that looks a little better. It's supposed to be a play button, but dead. Because I deleted the channel. All of these squares were for nothing. Day 160 was the shadow chest update. I was so used to using Faithful now that things look a little bit weird. But of course things are about to look really weird because you can sprint. You could only double tap W in this version, but still, it was amazing. There's also finally hunger as you can see. You were able to block your sword, which is a mythical feature for anyone who started playing after 1.8. And you could also pull back your bow. If you know your Minecraft beta update lore, you might know that 1.8.1 is one of the last updates in beta. It is technically the last, but not in this video. No, I'm actually going to be on this version for the next 30 days, and to answer why, I will list off everything added in this update. Stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, infested stone, brick and stone brick slabs and stairs, mushroom blocks, melons, vines, iron bars, glass panes, fence gates, chicken, beef, ender pearls, melon and pumpkin seeds, rotten flesh, cave spiders, endermen, XP, mine shafts, ravines, strongholds, villages, new biomes, and finally potion effects. And there's also everything I showed before that as well. So at the beginning of the day, I added some new blocks to the chest. And after doing that, I realized there was a big problem with food in this version. I don't know if I'm just used to not having to eat in the earlier versions, or if you actually run out of hunger way faster than modern Minecraft. But we are going to need a lot of food. Food that I can't seem to find around my base, so we're gonna have to go find some new chunks. At the end of the day, I slept in the water, and on day 161, I went looking for some new terrain. It took a little bit, but I found a new plains biome. For the first time since day 1, this finally looks like modern terrain. I made sure to farm a lot of food while I was out here, and I also sheared a bunch of sheep because of the events from before. I never want to have to find wool again. I also wanted to collect some of the blocks we don't have yet, so I grabbed a bunch of vines from this green swamp, and since there's been shears in the game for a while now, I can collect leaves. I also wanted to find a fern because they got added last update, but I spent the rest of the night looking for one and couldn't find it, so I guess they don't spawn yet. I found a cave on day 162, and something funny I found out about this update is that even though there is an XP bar, it doesn't show your level. It just resets you back to 0 every time you level up. You can also do large amounts of knockback to mobs while sprinting. I guess that was never tested when they added sprint. And you can get your diamonds blown up by a creeper. That was always a feature though. For some reason, it also seems to be a common feature. I mean, look at this guy ready to jump. He didn't do it this time, though. He's chill, I guess. This version of Minecraft was the first one where caving isn't super boring. Now we have a lot of ravines. Way too many, actually. And then there's the thing that I was actually looking for. A mineshaft. My least favorite part of mineshafts in this version is that you get stuck on these fences. Their hitbox is a full block. The creepers are also pretty annoying. This is literally just a thing they do. They hide behind walls. Something cool, though, is is that there are no minecart chests yet, even though there are still rails on the ground. I guess that's some good mineshaft lore. I found a spawner that was connected to the mineshaft, and after 42 days, we finally got some cocoa beans. I never ended up making a cookie though, so after all that, the cocoa beans ended up being useless. I continued exploring the mineshaft for the rest of the day, found a chest with melon seeds, so now we can get melons, found another chest with melon seeds, and another chest with chest contents. On day 163, I was still exploring the mineshaft. I was really hoping on this day I would find pumpkin seeds, because I want to build a giant farm in the unused area between my house and the castle, and the last seed we need is pumpkins. But it seems every chest I open just has melon seeds. I got attacked by a cave spider on this day, and I found out that they are actually not yet poisonous, so cave spiders are just not scary at all in this update. After checking a few more chests, mining a few more diamonds, discovering the floating mineshaft, finding out there's a new achievement I have to do, and finding another spawner, we still had no pumpkin seeds at the end of the day. So on day 164, I was still looking for pumpkin seeds. I did come up with another goal though. Since I lost my armor when I suffocated from the bed, I wanted to get full diamond again, which means we need 7 more diamonds as well. It's a race between finding diamonds and pumpkin seeds. Who will win? I found a 5 vein of diamonds pretty quickly, and this puts us at 22 diamonds, so pumpkin seeds probably aren't gonna win. I also really want you to understand what kind of knockback we were working with. Like, this is actually insane. I re-entered the mineshaft towards the end of the day, and I checked a few more chests, but still nothing. No diamonds or pumpkin seeds for the rest of the day. Hopefully day 165 can actually put an end to the war. And that's it. Diamonds win. Diamonds did kind of have an unfair advantage though, because I think it's impossible to get pumpkin seeds in this update. I'm pretty sure they weren't included in chest loot by accident or something, because I have to have looted at least 30 chests and didn't find any. So after getting stuck in a cobweb and almost dying, I was back on the surface, with no armor at all, because I didn't craft my diamond armor. And I hate the rain in this version, so I built a big pillar in the sky so that I could sleep. Yeah, it turns out that this was a super dumb idea. I didn't die from this because I was able to react, but I completely forgot that mobs can just spawn on you while sleeping in this version. This is honestly surprising that this was the first time it happened to me. So yeah, we're sleeping with the nightlight on from now on. On day 166, I did another stupid thing, or Mojang did a stupid thing by making 1 block water do fall damage in old versions. Either way, someone did something stupid. I also still am not making armor for some reason. I don't know why I just forgot to make armor. I started cutting down a bunch of trees because I still have to finish that bridge from day 159, and then I sailed the ocean back towards my nether portal. You can really tell how many versions of the game I've been through. I made it back home just before it turned night, and now for some reason I was able to craft my armor. It's not like I could have just done this before. Nah, I almost had to die twice. On day 167, I started placing the wood. I got to here and I was out of wood, so we needed a lot more. So back to the nether we go. Since I got rid of all the trees around my home area, it's time to torture a different forest. I also don't understand why the fog randomly disappears in the nether in this update. Does anyone know why that happens? I spent the rest of the day mining wood, and I spent the night mining wood as well, which is risky because we all know what happens when you do that. Luckily, none of them got me. On day 168, I saved the environment by planting back some of the trees. Of course, we'll forget the fact that I definitely chopped down more than I placed, and I started working on the bridge again. I finished placing all the pillars, and now I just had to make them 1 block taller with a torch on each one. When I finished that, I realized I might as well circle this thing all the way around, so I built even more bridge. I did the same thing with the logs on the sides as I did with the last one, and when it turned night, I was finished with the entire thing. There is a mob problem right now, but a bit of light will fix it. There's also an Enderman problem. They like to steal your blocks. And yes, the Enderman was making zombie sounds. They did that at first. After lighting the whole area up, I took a look at the finished bridge. That's a lot more bridge than when we started. And it's about to be a lot more bridge, but this time the land version of a bridge, so a path. On day 169, I built a path similar to the one connecting my house and castle. I don't know why I said similar. It's actually exactly the same, just in a different place. And once the path was complete, I added some logs with torches for light. But then I ran out of torches, so no more light, I guess. I finished the path off by adding some slabs on the side, and there it is. That's a pretty nice path. When I was younger, there was a point in time where I never thought I'd play Minecraft again, and that was because I found a new game to play. Fortnite. Fortnite was massive in early 2018, and it was literally the only thing I played. Actually, it was the only thing I did other than go to school as well. I was obsessed with Fortnite. It seemed like I would never play Minecraft again now that I had found a different game. So that's why this part of the museum is dedicated to Fortnite. That's what the F stands for, right there. I wonder if I'll ever play Minecraft again.
On day 170, it was time to get serious. We have 30 days left, and this is what our home area looks like. We need a new building. Specifically a big farm right here, strategically placed in the middle of the giant bridge. You should know every good building starts with terraforming. That's why the lighthouse was bad. So I want to fill this whole sand area up with grass, and also level a lot of the hill down because parts of it are way too high. So that's what I'm doing. I'm digging up the hill, and in this clip I'm burning a pig alive for 0 food. What makes a pig drop no pork chops? Once I finished digging the area out, I started shaping the rest of the hill. There were a lot of caves on the side, so I had to make sure they were covered as well, or else it would look bad. I also had to blend the sides in so they didn't look completely unnatural, so that is what I continued doing on day 171. And after doing that, all I had to do was fill in the holes. Now we have a nice artificial hill to build on. On day 172, I started to place an outline for the farm. I wanted the farm to be inside of a giant barn, so the wood will actually be much taller than this. After outlining, I laid down some cobblestone for the first layer. Definitely didn't make it uneven by accident, and then I started building the second layer out of wood planks. I then had an idea of how tall this layer would be, so I began lining the area with logs. But I was pretty broke when it came to taiga logs, so this is how far we got. On day 173, I cut down a bunch of spruce trees. It's very different than my previous 5 times cutting down trees. Those were oak. I was also shearing sheep because I needed wool for this build, and I was killing pigs because I hate pigs. I also forgot to collect some tall grass last time I went for new blocks, and I also gathered some seeds for the farm. And on day 174, I also cut down a bunch of trees. Yeah, I needed a lot of wood for this farm, but by the end of the day, I had about 6 stacks of logs, so I figured that was enough. The reason I gathered wool was to make an X pattern on the walls of the barn, kinda like this, but this is just not that at all. So instead, I just did this design. It looks way better. I continued expanding the second layer of logs like this, and then I started switching all the walls to the new wool pattern. That's way better than the X. I also started swapping some spruce logs for oak logs to make it more textured, and then I made an outline of where the roof will be. On day 176, I started filling in the roof with oak planks, because there is no way I have enough logs to only use logs for the roof. Even planks is gonna be a struggle. Look how much I still have to place. I built an arch on the other side of the barn as well, and now that I didn't need any more logs, I could just go crazy with the planks on the roof, until I ran out. So I went back to the nether again.
Bruh.
This was probably the most dangerous tree cutting session yet. Every single tree had at least one of these guys. But at least on day 177, it was less dangerous. Other than this guy, he was the only problem. And after gathering a ton of wood for the 900th time, I was back to the zombie-infested roof. By the end of the day, I'd finished about half of the roof, and on day 178, I finished the whole roof. The roof did kind of create a new problem though, but I ignored that and started designing the second layer of the walls. I decided to go with stone and cobblestone because they're different from wood. I only had like 30 pieces of stone though, so I started fighting the room of mobs instead. Also, this is something you'll never see again: an enderman burning from sunlight. After getting rid of the mob spawner, I filled in the rest of the walls, and this is what it looks like so far. Ignore the fences down there. I was getting experimental. For the rest of the night, I mined stone because we need a lot more than 30 to finish the barn. And on day 179, I filled in the cobblestone layers. Obviously, we can't do the stone part yet because we have to cook it. I also put some cobblestone along the arch like this, and then I filled in the rest of it with wood. Not bad. For some reason, torches were not working in this area, and I was still getting mobs in the barn, so I added more light. And I also filled in the backside of the barn, because I hadn't done that yet. In mid to late 2020, I made a return to Minecraft. I was tired of playing Fortnite and needed something to play. Luckily, Tapel's UHC server was really popular at the time, and since I had a history of playing UHC in the past, this server got me back into Minecraft. So that's why I made a golden apple. It was the Tapel logo. We had to make a few sacrifices to get this gold though. The gold bed will be missed.
If you hadn't noticed, I'm down to eating rotten flesh now, and that's the food problem I was talking about on day 160. It's kicked in. But we'll get food another time. Right now, we just have to wait for the sun to rise. On day 180, the sun rose, so it's off to the nether to get some food. For the first time in this world, I found a village, so I obviously stole all the crops so I could get some food. I don't think anyone cared though, because there are no villagers in the village. I also cut down even more spruce wood. Yeah, it turns out I need to use these to build the interior of the barn. I kinda forgot about that. And yeah, other than burning mobs, that's really it. Actually, I found another village as well, but this time there was residents. So I slept in the middle of the library. I am now the librarian. On day 181, I broke a bookshelf and found out that they don't drop books. This is a good day for people who hate books. I also got more food, found a creeper in the daytime, and cut down more trees. And I want you to remember how much food I have on this day. On day 181, I had 39 steak. And in this next clip where I'm mining cobblestone, I'm already down to 35. To be fair, Steve is getting some crazy protein in, but this is a lot of steak. No one should eat this much steak. On day 182, I smelted the stone so we can finish the top walls of the barn, and I also thought this entrance was a little empty, so I started to add a wall layer on the top. It's kind of like a portal to the barn dimension. I filled in the 2 missing walls on the side, and now the front of the barn is actually finished. Or so you think. I actually wanted to use some extra stone to put a little bit more detail on the walls like this. I also removed the dirt staircase because I don't think we want to keep that. And then a spider caused me to lose part of the barn. The spider actually managed to stop me from running away from the creeper. That's impressive. Okay, now the front is actually done. And most of the outside is done as well, so it was time to start working on the inside. I followed the same design with the logs as I did on the outside, and on day 183, I filled the walls in with stone because I forgot to yesterday. I then filled in this top area to build an upper layer, and I put some fences on the side so you can't fall off. Why is there mobs spawning in here again? This mob problem was actually making no sense. I swear I didn't need this much light in any other version before this. So now we have the lightest barn in existence. I added a staircase to the second layer at the back of the barn like this, and then I started digging out an area where we will put some water so I can grow my crops. I also wanted to make the water flow back out into the lake, but on day 184, I think I underestimated how far the lake was. So I had to make a huge tunnel that leads all the way to the lake, and now we have a supernatural looking water flow. I also made a sewer kind of design on the back, even though it's not a sewer, I just think it seems right. And then I did the same thing on the other side, but this time the area we have for water flow is even worse. After doing this, it was time to hoe all the dirt, and then plant some wheat seeds like this. Okay, how is that not light enough for seeds? Because of this problem, I added some bridges across the water for light, and then I put some slabs as a pathway to the other side as well. Next, I hoed the dirt on the other side so I could put some melons here, but no pumpkins unfortunately, because pumpkin seeds don't exist. And now the farm area is kinda complete. We do need a bit more wood to finish it though, so on day 185, I mined wood. It is insane how many times this has happened. I also got more stone as well, cause you might as well do both, and at the end of the day, I started to make the floor of the farm look better. I added some fences to make it harder for things to walk in and walk on the crops, and I added a wood path on the side cause it looks nicer than grass. And I added some posts on the side cause why not? Finally, I got rid of this dirt on day 186, and put some wood under the stairs instead. I also started digging out some holes in the middle area so I could make a pathway, and I used gravel, stone, and cobblestone for the path just like the other ones outside. And now the inside of the farm is actually complete. I built a bit more of a path to connect it to the main path to the castle, and now the barn is officially complete. So for the rest of the day, I just made the area around it look nicer. I planted some trees on the side, bone mealed the area up a little bit, added a creeper hole to the mountain in front, and then I placed some different kind of trees on the top as well. It's definitely not as good as the castle, but it's still a nice addition to the area. Something I didn't realize about this update is that I was missing a new achievement, Sniper Duel. The one where you kill a skeleton from 50 meters, I needed to do that. The problem with Sniper Duel is... how is that not 50 meters? Or that. You need to be really far away from the skeleton to do the achievement, but the arrows aren't exactly accurate in this version. The skeletons will also just randomly disappear, Yeah, at some range they just vanish. I don't know how many blocks it is, but it isn't far. So on day 187, I had to come up with a plan to get this achievement. But first I had to kill some skeletons for bone meal. The plan was simple. Shoot 1,000,000 more arrows at the invisible skeleton and hope it hits. Nah, that wasn't actually the plan. I just didn't think I had to resort to it on this day. But at the end of the night, all I had done was killed an enderman with a bow, which isn't even possible in new Minecraft, so it's a pretty weird sight. So on day 188, after using all my bone meal, I started digging an area 50 blocks up above my skeleton farm. I thought that surely if I went 50 blocks up, that would count for the achievement. The problem that I ran into though, is that skeletons disappear when I'm 50 blocks out, and at a certain range they just completely despawn. So the whole day I was shooting into the void, not knowing they were despawning. So for the rest of the night I just tried the old method, and this is how my arrows were landing with my crosshair staying in the same place. For some reason, as I said earlier, the bows are super inaccurate, so this was the most annoying night so far. With the despawning and the arrow inaccuracy, this achievement felt basically impossible. I remember in the early stages of me doing YouTube, it felt like it was basically impossible to grow. I was posting videos and none of them would get recommended, and I just couldn't understand it. When all hope was lost and I was about to quit, the only thing that kept me going was my TikTok account. I had somehow managed to get 100,000 followers on there before, so I had that as proof I could succeed. A month later, I posted what is now known as my first video, so if I never made Minecraft videos on TikTok, I would have never become a YouTuber in the first place, which is why I built the TikTok logo as the 9th slot of the museum. But other than that, I hope the TikTok era is forgotten. Those videos were horrible. Day 189 was my last night attempting the skeleton achievement. I decided to go on top of the castle to make sure I was definitely 50 blocks away, but none of the skeletons I killed ended up being 50 meters, so I guess it's impossible. On day 190, it was time to forget the achievement though, because it was update day. This update added not being able to open doors, my house randomly getting turned into a swamp, and a massive list of things that is longer than the previous update was. To summarize it, we have a big nether update, the end and the ender dragon were added, and there's more achievements that we need to get. But first, I went back in time to show you some stupid features from updates before. In beta 1.9 pre-release 1, jumping gives you XP, and because of this you can't hold down jump anymore. In pre-release 4, you can place water on top of water, and in pre-release 5, pressing F9 stops you from moving your mouse, pressing F6 gives you weird movement, and you can change the rotation of your camera. I know updating to beta 1.9 in this video is controversial because the full release is Minecraft 1.0, but the update has beta in the name, so you can't really argue with that. Seriously, please don't. Today it's time to start working on getting these new achievements because there is a lot of them. Apparently we haven't got diamonds yet, so we're starting with that, which means we gotta go to the nether. And we gotta run to some new chunks. You may remember 10 days ago when I told you to remember I had 39 steak? Well, I'm officially already out of steak. This is not normal food consumption. Steve has a problem. At the end of the day, I finally made it to new chunks and found a cave, got more melon seeds, and on day 191, I mined diamonds for the first time ever. The reason I'm using an iron pick is because it's my first time mining diamonds, obviously. It was also my first time mining obsidian at super speed. Yeah, for some reason obsidian breaks really fast in pre-release 6. And with the obsidian I made an enchant table, which is another achievement, but those achievements were simple compared to the next achievement. I didn't exactly know how much sharpness it would take to do 8 hearts in one hit, but I knew that I was not getting it done in this cave. So on day 192, I headed back to my base. More specifically, I went back to use the mob farm since I'm gonna need it to grind XP. But first, we need a lot of sugarcane so we can get a level 30 enchant. Also, this is the first time in almost 200 days that I carried a bow and actually used it. I tried the skeleton achievement one more time, and this attempt perfectly explains why it's so stupid. If only I had a target block and a trapdoor. I dug out an area down at my mob spawner where I could put my enchanting area, and this version is really weird with the enchant levels, so I added more bookshelves than usual. See that? Level 31. That's not normal. After setting this up, I spent the rest of the day just farming XP. And on day 193, I don't think I moved from the spawner once at all. Like, I just sat here clicking skeletons and that's it. And by day 194, I only had 26 levels. So we still needed to farm 4 more levels. After getting 30 levels, I went back to get some diamonds to make a new sword, and then I got to level 31 just in case I got a level 31 enchant like we saw earlier. I unfortunately did end up finding a level 31 enchant, but I didn't realize and went past it, so I guess we're left with a classic level 30 enchant. Smite 4 isn't the worst thing we could have got, because at least it was enough for the achievement. So on day 195, we were done with the enchantment achievements, and it was time to move on to the nether achievements. The first one was actually just going to the nether, which we did on day 190, and the next achievement was getting a blaze rod, so we needed to find a fortress. Somehow it only took me 2 minutes to find a fortress. I guess they were more common in old Minecraft, and instantly I found some nether wart. This will be a lot more useful for the next achievement after killing the blaze. Speaking of killing a blaze, this is a tutorial for what not to do. You should actually not kill the blaze over lava, so you get the blaze rod. Even though the achievement is done, I'm gonna need a lot more of these to get to the end for the last achievement. So I spent a little bit more time killing blazes, and after that I needed to find a ghast for return to sender. But first I mined some glowstone because it finally drops normally in this update. And after that I did the ghast achievement. 2 times actually, if you count what I did on day 196. The next achievement is to brew a potion, so I made some speed potions. I also put the new nether blocks in the chest, and this plus the old museum is almost every block. I probably missed some, but whatever. After potion brewing, there was only 2 achievements left, getting to the stronghold and killing the dragon. So on day 196, it was time to start preparing for the end. I wanted to enchant my bow, but it isn't possible to enchant bows yet in this version, so instead I just enchanted my pickaxe. Fortune 1 for a level 15 is crazy. I wanted efficiency because there is a cool thing you can do with efficiency in this version, so I enchanted a different pickaxe to demonstrate. Basically, efficiency works on any block, it doesn't matter the tool. This is how I learned how to play Minecraft. You break a tree with a pickaxe. For the rest of the night, I killed endermen for ender eyes, which is revenge for them stealing blocks around my base, and on day 197, I went to look for the stronghold. While looking for the stronghold, I got to travel through all these old chunks one final time. Which is a really terrible thing because the Eye of Ender led me to an old chunk. Either one of 2 things are happening here. Either the stronghold somehow spawned in an old chunk, or my world is glitched because it's old. After making it down to Y11, it looked like it was the second option. I tried some X-ray tech to see if the stronghold was here, and maybe the eye was just off by a bit. I even looked through a nearby cave as well, but it seems there is no stronghold in this chunk. With this happening, and the stuff happening with the skeleton achievement before, I was not having fun. I went back to my base and killed a few more endermen to recover some broken eyes, and that's it. That was day 197. Since the ender eye leads to nothing at spawn, my only chance of finding a stronghold was to run far enough away for the eye to change directions. So that is what I did, except the eye didn't change directions. Apparently 4,000 blocks wasn't enough. We had to go a lot further. I'm gonna be honest, for the rest of the day I was traveling through this ocean, and on day 199 I was still in a world record ocean. I saw a light at the bottom and got excited, but it was just a lava pool, and around 4,000 blocks into the ocean, it began to rain. I finally hit land after 5 more minutes of boating, and this is what we get. Still the same eye. So we have to go further. That also wasn't the end of the ocean. Nope, there's more ocean to go. My boat broke from not even touching a lily pad as well. That's fun. And 9,000 blocks out, it still goes the wrong direction. By now it's pretty apparent that the game is just broken, or this was a feature. I'm not sure. But it seems like the eye only ever points to one stronghold in the entire world. So we're probably not gonna make it to the end, unfortunately. Honestly, as the updates progress, the game just keeps getting more annoying. And that's not me saying the newer versions of Minecraft are worse, they are objectively better. But for some reason I wanted the video to be perfect. No world breaking every time I update, no impossible achievements to complete. I wanted the video to end with me killing the Ender Dragon. The end of the game, the end of the video. This is not the end. Literally, we are not getting to the end. It's impossible. Yeah, the eye went that way again. And it broke. That's it. I'm done. That was it.